Cause you say it's the end and playing games again. I find.
What is up, guys? Thank you all so much for tuning in. Let me turn this off. Let's give a shout out to everyone in the chat right now. Angel, Slickmoth, Batman the Dark Knight, Phantom Gaming, PlayStation Boy, Dark Detective, Gabe Mysterious. Thank you all so much for joining. You know what? Maybe we need to put a little... Can't really see the chat too good on the screen, you know what I'm saying? Yeet, hello. And also, how the fuck am I supposed to read the chat when it's like a goddamn... I did not think this through at all. Okay, well maybe I should turn off the screen thing? Should I do that? No, this is perfect. I can just do this. Right? Yeah, I can do this. Okay, this is good. What's up, Dark Detective? What's up, Gabe? What's up, Mysterious? Once again, Kaz, Thomas, Sean. Holy fuck, there's a lot of people in here. Mr. Mage, Charles Lee, Billy Gamer, Mysterious, XXX Gamer, Gang, Green Central, Venom, just like my Phantom, Sean. We've already got over 50 people in here. This shit's lit. I'm down with it, boys. I'm down with it. Okay, now listen. Listen. PlayStation Boy, don't apologize for not missing. Or for missing. No worries, dude. Does the stream look okay? Are we good? We're chilling? Alrighty. So, listen, folks. I'm going to be talking about this new Suicide Squad Rocksteady game. There's a lot to talk about. We're going to wait for everyone to get in here. Everyone that's coming, of course. Let me run an ad to get started. This good. Okay. Everyone like the stream as well. Subscribe. All that kind of good shit. We are live. Join the stream now to talk Rocksteady's new game. There's grammar and spelling wrong in that shit, but it's fine. Let's see who else tweeted. Thank you. Slickmoth gives dating advice. Okay, wait. You like old women? Yes, I do. This is true. This is just true. I gotta tweet that at Winebox Poppy later. Okay, anyway. Holy shit, we got 60 people in here now. Let's get it, boys. Everyone share the stream. Phoenix Vincent. What's up, Ludacris? Colin. Okay. What are we how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. I thought you were asking what are we doing in the stream. I was gonna tell you. Okay, listen here, folks. Oh, shit. Fucking knocking everything around everywhere. Ooh, can I add? No, it's fine. I won't add any widgets. Oh, also, look at the donation jar. Do you see that? Whenever, because somebody became a member, it shows there also, it shows like my little logo, the Slickmoth logo, and also it shows in the top left my newest member, Pretzel Day Podcast. Thank you all. And Liquid has donated almost $70 to the stream thus far. It really helps a bunch in funding all this equipment and stuff I invested into stream. I really appreciate it. Okay, let's get into the topic for the stream today. We've got over 70 viewers now. Let's get into it. So, in this live stream, we're going to be talking about hopes, wishes, expectations, and I started thinking about what this Rocksteady Suicide Squad game would look like, and we'll get into sort of the validity of the leaks and all that kind of stuff, and we'll get into something that came out yesterday that I don't believe is real, and we'll talk about what I do think is real. But I wanted to talk about what I think Rocksteady can do with this game, because one of the things that I've seen is a lot of people saying that the game is not going to be good. They're saying they're not excited. Somebody in the chat, even here, the first comment in here was like, well, that's $60 that I'll be saving, right? So a lot of people, they're not liking the game. They're not optimistic about it, etc. But here's the thing, is that I have a totally different perception on it. I think that this game will be great, and I want to explain why I'm excited for it and why I think that this is an entirely reasonable step for Rocksteady to take. So here's the thing, is that Rocksteady doesn't want to make another Batman game. We know this, and a lot of people online are saying, well, even though Rocksteady has said, well, not other people. I know Super Rebel, who's another YouTuber, and I don't hate him at all. Like, people are trying to manufacture beef with me and him. He's another YouTuber that talks about a lot of different stuff, not just Batman. But anyway, basically, came to him, and I commented it, to him, and I have been talking in DMs and stuff like that, and he's a cool guy. So that's all I wanted to say there. But anyway, I don't have any beef with him at all. I just wanted to point that out. So listen, Rocksteady doesn't want to make another Batman game. They've been there, done that. They feel like they've done everything that they really can do in that arena. And as such, I really don't understand why people would still be insistent on them making a new Batman game. The fact of it is, they don't want to. And if they're not passionate about it, who else would be? Now, WB Games Montreal, hopefully they're passionate about the Batman game that they're doing, but Rocksteady doesn't want to do that. So with that being said, they still love the universe that they created, the DC video game universe. So how do you go about perpetuating that or continuing that? And the fact of it is you follow up Arkham Knight, but not with Batman. Now, Arkham Knight, their ending is trying to be ambiguous. They don't want to spoil whatever. Like, they don't want to definitively come out and say what happened at the end of the game. It's supposed to be a secret. It's something that they don't want to reveal fully. Okay, and I understand that. So basically, they're going to come out and they're going to try to continue the Batman Arkham games, but do it without following Batman. How do you do this? Well, you can make a game with sidekicks, but I think that doesn't have the marketing appeal, really. I mean, it could be cool. I would love it. Give me a Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl game, I'm there for it, and I'm sure everyone in here would be as well. But the fact of it is, commercially, they're probably going to try to stay away from that. So how do you continue the Batman Arkhamverse? You do it by continuing with these characters that they built, and I think that they're going to do that with Suicide Squad. So think about how you could make a Suicide Squad game that continues the Batman Arkham games. Also, let me read the chat. Sean, thank you for joining. Haydar, thank you for joining. Also, if you guys want to donate or become a member, being a member is $5 a month. You get exclusive emotes, emojis, and all that kind of shit. I'll show you some of the emojis you get. We've gotten a lot of new members recently, so I really appreciate that. Also, donating really helps. You can be a super chat, and then that'll show up on the screen and everything like that. You'll get a big shout out. So I really appreciate all the donations and memberships. It really helps the stream function and allows me to stream. I've been streaming a lot more recently, in case you haven't noticed, and it honestly is because of all the donations and stuff. Not that I don't like streaming without getting money or whatever. It's just that I have to have a real job if I don't make any money off of this. And so anyway, all the donations and all that kind of shit, it helps out a bunch. I really appreciate it. But anyway, so thank you for keeping order in the chat, Angel Slickmoth, and then also thank you, Jake, for sharing and retweeting the stream and stuff. Even if you're at work, I hope you're watching. But anyway, let me continue my thought about this. Hi, Mr. 1199. I think that the way that Rocksteady wants to continue their Batman Arkham games, this robust universe that they established that is great and amazing and unique, is through following the characters that were alive and relevant at the end of the game. Batman is not relevant. He's out of the picture at the end of the game, so he's going to be gone, and you can pick up this Suicide Squad game after the ending of Batman Arkham Knight. So you can have the Suicide Squad facing off against the Bat family, Batgirl, Nightwing, Robin, and you can have these Suicide Squad characters. Now let's think about what characters from the Suicide Squad are already existing in the Batman Arkham games. First of all, we have Harley Quinn. Oh, thank you so much for the donation. $5.49 Canadian dollars from Little Davin. Dude, thank you so much. That is through Super Chat, our first Super Chat donation of the day. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, also, just so you know, in the bottom, the preview, it says John donated like $70. He did not donate that. That's fake news. So don't think I'm expecting a $60 donation. But anyway, I really appreciate it. Okay, let me get off that screen. It gets into any, Inception or whatever. So how do you continue the Batman Arkham games? The way that you do it is through the characters that they've already built. Now, Harley Quinn, we already have her. She's big in the Suicide Squad now. So she can be the one, the arbiter to build the Suicide Squad. You also have Deathstroke and Deadshot, historically Suicide Squad characters. Now, we can't just get every DC villain and throw them on the Suicide Squad. They have to be a very particular kind of villain to be on the Suicide Squad. Mostly they're B-list. You don't really have A-list villains. Like, we're not going to have the Joker on the Suicide Squad. We do not have Lex Luthor on the Suicide Squad. It's got to be B-list villains, okay? And as a result of this, I think that you have a lot of Batman villains that could fit well. You could include Bane, you can include Deathstroke and Deadshot and Harley Quinn. Those are 4 right there. And then you can flesh out the roster with a Superman villain, a Flash villain, Captain Boomerang perhaps, and then you can, King Shark, whatever. You can flesh it out. So anyway, here's how I would incorporate this game. I would start with Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is getting the Suicide Squad together, and Amanda Waller is actually the one orchestrating this, of course. And Harley Quinn is reaching out to the other villains of Gotham after the ending of Batman Arkham Knight. And I would do a direct sequel, like maybe 3 months after. So a very short time after, Harley Quinn somehow escapes Panessa Studios. So now let's think about where are all of the villains at the end of Batman Arkham Knight. Harley Quinn is locked in Panessa Studios. Deathstroke... Deadshot is not in Arkham Knight. Deathstroke is locked in the GCPD building. Let's see. What other villains could we have that are from... Let's see, I'm trying to think. Who else did I just say? Deadshot is not in Arkham Knight, so he can be anywhere. Amanda Waller's not in the Arkham game, so she can be thrown in there. Anyway, point being is that we have all these characters, and yeah, Harley Quinn's in Panessa Studios, but so what? You can just say that Amanda Waller broke her out. So Amanda Waller breaks her out of Panessa Studios, frees her, and then Harley Quinn gets the squad together. She gets first the other Batman villains that she's worked with. You know, maybe include Poison Ivy on the Suicide Squad. I don't give a shit. Well, she's dead. Just kidding. So, can't do Poison Ivy. Trying to think. Okay, well, yeah, that's fine. So what? Poison Ivy's dead. Who cares? Thank you so much for subscribing, Tyler. I really think that this is something that is very attainable. You really can do this. It's quite easily. Yeah, Talia's dead. We can't do Talia. You're right, Venom. But there's so many other villains that you can incorporate. And who's the antagonist of the Suicide Squad? Rather than have the Suicide Squad fight other villains, which is what they try to do in the Suicide Squad movie, I would have Suicide Squad fight Batman's allies. I would have them fight the GCPD, Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl. And then we can have missions as Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, who already have gameplay. We already have this built against the Suicide Squad. So here's the thing, is that I really want this to be a continuation of the Batman Arkham games. And if they do this, that would be a great way to continue the legacy of the Batman Arkham games. Did you just spoil Ivy's death? Yeah, but the game was released like 4 years ago. I don't think it's a big spoiler or anything. Everyone already knows. So I really love my idea for the game, obviously. You know, who knows if they'll listen to me, but I want to know what you guys think about this. What do you guys think about a Batman Arkham game, or a Suicide Squad game that continues the Batman Arkham verse? And next, I want to talk about what characters we want to see. So please let me know what characters you want to see. And now this is a really cool feature, okay? Here's what we're going to do. This is the first time I've ever tried this, okay? I have a phone number. I want you guys to call in. I'm going to take your calls. Oh, shit. How do I do this? Fucking hell. Okay, well, this is the phone number. Also, my leg is going numb. I need to stand up. What the fuck? Why is this not working? Okay, well, let me just type it in here then. 919 537 537. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, 9981. Okay, call that number. Call that number, and I will answer you on Skype, and we'll talk. Now, here's the question. The question that you're calling in to answer is, do you want it to be a continuation of Arkham Knight? And the second question is, what villains or what characters would you like to see included in the Suicide Squad? Call that number. You'll be on stream, so just so you know. If anyone wants to call in, go ahead. If not, I'll just keep talking. So anyway, yeah, I think it'll come up right here and I can answer. So I am taking calls now, and just don't get off track. Remember, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about what characters we want to see, and will it be a continuation of Arkham Knight? And we'll read the chat until we get a call. Main villains for the Suicide Squad game: Vandal Savage, Enchantress. See, Enchantress, this is the thing, is like, you could totally incorporate this more with the Batman Arkham games, this robust universe that Rocksteady already built, and the way that you could do that is just by not becoming too derailed or too distant from the Arkham games. I would really like to see a continuation of this. Is the title for real? Yes, it is. Harley Quinn, Killer Frost, Deadshot, Deathstroke, Nissa Al Ghul. Is it Skype? Yes, it's Skype. So you will call this number, and it'll answer on Skype. So here's the number. Go ahead and call it now. 919-537-9981. We've already got a call. Let's get it. Hello? Oh, you already hung up. Shit. Okay, well, that was fun. Okay, who else wants to call? We need another caller, boys. We need another caller. Okay. A lot of people select, is it Skype? Yeah, it calls on Skype. Deathstroke, El Diablo, Bronze Tiger would be cool. Oh, Bronze Tiger, I'm down for that. Now, this is not... Oh, we got another call. Let's get it. What the fuck? How... Yo, you guys got to give me a second to answer. Hello? Oh my god, why is everybody hanging up? Alright guys, you've gotta fucking commit to this shit. You guys have to fucking no hanging up. Okay, we got another call. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yo, what's up, dude?
Yeah, how you doing?
Good. Wait, what's your username in the chat?
Oh, I haven't commented yet, but I'll comment.
Oh, you haven't commented yet. Okay, no worries, dude. Okay, so
Yeah,
were you tuned in? No,
sorry.
no, you're fine. I just wanted to see if I knew who you were. So, what we're talking about is how this game could fit into the continuation of Arkham Knight. So, what do you think about that? And also, what characters would you like to see as a part of the Suicide Squad game?
I know you were talking about the next upcoming Rocksteady game, and I would love it to be a continuation of Arkham Knight, because I think it would be a good way for more things to be like incorporated into the game, possibly if they did continue off, because I think it would just be a good, more interesting plot. And I think characters that they could possibly add, you know, like maybe just the original Suicide Squad lineup, like they could like obviously they could add like Harley Quinn, Deathstroke, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, but there was no, I'm not sure how they would exactly add Deadshot though, but I mean, I just think they would be interesting characters to add, possibly, like they would be the first time those characters would appear in a Rocksteady title, so that'd be quite interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
I just think that there's more open slots for a lot of characters. Introduce like a lot of characters, introduce more lore, more story.
Exactly.
It would be more captivating, I think.
No, I totally agree, and I think the biggest mistake that they could do is to totally ignore this rich lore that they built with the Arkham games. And the thing is that when like Batgirl or Robin or whoever shows up to stop the Suicide Squad, and it's a little bit unfortunate that Batman won't be in the picture. So that is one advantage of rebooting, is that you could have Batman there, but I really think that it's worth it to just continue the Arkham games. We already are very familiar with the Harley Quinn in this universe. We're very familiar with the Deadshot and Deathstroke in this universe. So also, we know that Rocksteady loves the universe that they created, obviously. So as a result of this, I really think that they should just, you know, keep going with that, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, like as you like already know, I mean, the Suicide Squad is already present in the Arkham games, because, you know, as we know from Arkham Origins,
exactly.
At the very end, you see it's like Deathstroke is he's doing push-ups in a cell, and the Lawler all of a sudden just pops up, which kind of like catches you by surprise, because you're not really expecting her to probably be in the Arkham games. But we already know it makes sense for the Suicide Squad to be in, like, they're already present in the Arkham they're already present in the Arkham universe, so I think it would be very great for them to have their own standalone game.
Exactly.
I think this is a really good opportunity for Rocksteady, I think.
Exactly. No, I totally agree. Thank you so much for calling in, dude. I'm going to take some other calls, but I really appreciate talking to you, and right. I'll talk to you in the chat. Thanks, man. Okay,
nice talking to you, man.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah, see ya. That was fun. I like this. Okay, someone else call me. Down. Yo, what's up, Evan? Yo, we're taking calls right now, Evan. Wow. Da. I love the Skype ringtone. But anyway, I totally agree with what he just said. You know, the Dark Knight Nick hater, stop spamming. Yeah, no spamming, bro. Come on, bro. What if I come out of the game? What's up, Evan? Hey, I'm new to the stream. Tyler just said, just subscribed. Have the best theory about Suicide Squad game no matter what. Yo, what's up, dude? Hello? Alrighty, that was fun. The DLC can be King Shark or something. Hey, I was just the person I was on the call with you just now. Oh, yo, okay, Zero? Okay, awesome, dude. Thank you so much for talking to you. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. You had some great points. Slickmuff, I will call soon. Sounds good. Joey, what's up? What's up, man? Channel looks nice. Thank you so much, Alex. Mind if I get in a call? Oh, no, absolutely. Yo, Evan, we're talking about, Here, Evan, are you on Skype? Get on Skype, Evan, and call me. I think they're... Won't you think good? Two-Face. Okay, now here's one thing we could do. I want to look at this. Alright, I'm going to fucking roast this shit. So there was this leak that came out. Hold up, I'm actually gonna pull up my DMs. Be careful. Don't read this. Don't read. Da na 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 na. La 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 la. Okay, actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to go to editor. Yo! You there?
Hello?
Yo, what's up, Jules? How's it going, man?
I'm doing great.
Awesome. So the question is, do you think that this Suicide Squad game should be a continuation of Arkham Knight, and if so, which character should be involved? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it should be Bob. I think it should be Nightwing because he's like next in line to Batman, and everyone loves him. He's like so a lot. I think it should be that.
Yeah. Okay, and what characters would you like to see?
I think Tim Drake. He should do side side.
Wait, like on the Suicide Squad or as a villain?
As a villain.
Okay, awesome. I totally agree. I mean, to me, like, if we can see the trifecta of Nightwing, Robin, and Batgirl, because they really emphasize those characters very heavily in Arkham Knight and, like, built upon them. So if they can introduce them more and sort of expand upon those dynamics, I think that would be great. So I really would love to see them face off against those. And one of the other problems with the Suicide Squad is that they usually pose them against other villains, but I think that that's kind of stupid. I think that they should be fighting heroes a little bit more, but that's just me. I don't know what you think about that.
No, I agree.
The Suicide Squad fighting Enchantress at the end, it's just so weird. Like, would you rather have that, or would you rather have the Suicide Squad fight Batman and fucking Robin at the end of the Suicide Squad movie? You know what I mean?
That would be lit.
That would be so badass if they did that in a live-action movie, and they fucking... So anyway, but that's just my opinion. But thank you so much for calling in, dude. Evan just called me, so I'm going to take a call from Evan, but I'll see you in the chat, okay?
All
right, thanks, Jules. Nice talking to you, man. This is fucking great. You guys are awesome people. I love talking to all of you. You guys are so cool. I just totally hung up on Evan. Yo! Hello? Yo, your mic sounds crisp as fuck, boy. You come a long way from 2016 when I did my first collab with you.
That's right, my man.
How's it going, dude?
Dude, I am doing very good. All this Spider-Man PS4 hype and no DC hype. I'm so sorry for you guys.
Shut the fuck up. No. Spider-Man PS4 2 coming out mid 2020 question mark?
Literally, because I was rewatching you and Jake's previous live stream, and you were talking about like the Avengers Project fans are like saying that, oh, we have no footage. It's like we already have a teaser trailer for it, and now we are getting all this comic stuff for Spider-Man. And then literally just the other day, there was that post from Sony or some Sony exec basically saying that Sony Interactive Entertainment is already looking directly at Insomniac Games to hire people to make another upcoming PlayStation exclusive. And I wonder what it could be. I mean, it could be Ratchet and Clank, but it's most likely Spider-Man.
Oh, so no, don't do Ratchet
I just see like
Clank.
all the DC stuff. Like, oh my god, I feel so sorry for Slick, Salvage, and Jake. I'm like, oh, rip. Oh no.
Okay, see, here's the thing: is
sadness.
that I would be fine with another. I mean, I love the Ratchet and Clank games. They were a huge part of my childhood. They're amazing, but I think that they have so much story to tell that they should just go one after. Like, they should do what Rocksteady did and just do 1, 2, 3 and then be done. But they shouldn't have games in between. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because with Rocksteady, they were mainly focusing on all the Batman games at the time, but then Insomniac's already like an established studio with lots of IPs, and it said directly a Sony exclusive, so it's not going to be like Sunset Overdrive 2 or anything like that, which would be cool, but it is directly a game for the PlayStation alone. So yeah, either they could take a gap year and make Ratchet and Clank 2 on the PS4, which I would love, or what I was at GDC, back in March, and they were basically saying like, oh, well, we're done with all the DLC stuff for Spider-Man PS4, and we're focusing on our future projects. And he's like, oh yeah, well, the sequels, like, yeah, like we want to do it badly, so like,
yeah,
they're going for it, like, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't know when it could come out, maybe 2020, 2021, but I'm ready for it. But for DC, with Warner Brother Games sleeping on the side, I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know, because with I played all the Arkham games and Arkham Origins, because I hear all the recent rumors now about Rocksteady doing Suicide Squad, because at the end of Origins, we saw that it was like a post-credit scene where Deathstroke was in his cell and then Amanda Waller comes up to him like, "Oh, we got a job for you." So
Yep.
that was like teasing to the Suicide Squad's existence within the Arkhamverse, and then even we kind of got something like that in Arkham Origins where we fought all the assassins.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, like all Killer Croc and just all Bane, like all the main Batman villains. Kind of like if you were to play as Batman and take on the Suicide Squad, I feel like it would have a similar premise as to Origins. But if it is just a standalone Suicide Squad game where you're playing as these villains, and I would think it's like maybe like a linear game, maybe not open world, but more like level based, maybe first person shooter esque with some elements of third person action RPG type stuff.
Yeah.
As you know, you play as different characters like what you and Iron Jen talked about, like Deathstroke, Harley Quinn, Deadshot. You know, maybe Lady Shiva could come back. Maybe she could be possibly part of this iteration of the Suicide Squad after what we did. We fought her in Origins, then that was kind of it with her. And then she didn't even die. She just kind of like left. So maybe she could come back somehow and be part of this team. They could do something totally new. And then have different gameplay aesthetics with each character. And I don't know who the villain would be. Like if you're playing as the Suicide Squad, who's the main person you're going after? Who's the main, in this case, antagonist of the story? Maybe Batman? Or maybe
this
another
is
threat
this is
that's
what
going
I'm
on?
saying. Is if it's a follow up to Arkham Knight, you have the Bat family, Robin, Nightwing, and Batgirl, and for the first time, we could really actually focus on these characters instead of just being side pieces to the story. Also, Catwat Watson, that's also a great name. Do you read donations by any chance? I do read donations, so if you donate, I'll definitely read them on the stream. As long
Amazing.
as just don't be too brutal, please. I maybe shouldn't have said that. Okay. Anyway, this is why I think that the game should follow up to Arkham Knight, because then you already have these Bat Family characters. And this is exactly what I was saying. The Suicide Squad movie, Evan, did you like it? Be honest. You can say it sucks.
I mean, it won an Oscar, so it's obviously already a national treasure in and of
You're
itself.
right.
Perfect. I don't know. Like, it was all right. I did not like Jared Leto's Joker in the slightest, but I really did like Will Smith as Deadshot, and obviously Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and the other supporting cast members like Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag, and even the guy who played Killer Croc I thought did a good job, and the prosthetics he had on was great, and the story itself was all right. But I thought it was just fine. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it.
So
but if they base the game off the movie, or not like a movie time, but like meaning that the movie has so much attention now, and now we're getting Birds of Prey soon with Harley Quinn and Huntress and Black Canary and all that. So there's going to be more kind of DC hype relating to the those characters. And if they kind of take inspiration from that, or at least just say like, oh, well, they're going all out with these DC characters in these team-based movies. If we do something like that in the game and have players immerse themselves within these characters in more of like a third person, possibly co-op experience, if you want to team up with friends playing different Suicide Squad members, that'd be cool. But yeah, I think that with all, and like what you and Iron Jim were talking about the other stream, like there's the Joker movie coming out soon. There's Batman Arkham Asylum's 10th anniversary soon this year, and all this recent hype, and even the season finale of Gotham, like the final season of Gotham's coming out soon. So there's a lot of Batman hype going on. So if they do either Arkham 2019 or this Rocksteady Suicide Squad game, because they already debunked it's not Superman, it's not TMNT, it may be Justice League, but Jason Schreier's teasing a lot of stuff, so we don't know for sure. Suicide Squad seems interesting, but again, like they've made 3 solid Batman games. Would the public, knowing Rocksteady for their work on Batman, do you think, personally as a hardcore Arkham fan yourself, do you think that the public would respond well to a Suicide Squad game?
Absolutely.
Like, is that a big AAA seller?
Absolutely. Especially,
I know they would do a great job developing it, but do you think like the public would like, oh sweet, I've been waiting for a Suicide Squad game? You think that would be like the reception they have?
So this is one of the I see a lot of people that are very negative about it, but here's the problem, and this is why they're not doing a good marketing job right now, because they should be coming out and realigning our expectations. The problem is that so many people think that, what are they working on? Another Batman game. They think they're working on Justice League, or these like unreasonable expectations of what they're going to be doing, and they're just not doing either of those games, right? But the problem is that
Yeah.
people are going to think that because that is the best sort of possible outcome in people's minds, and as such, because they're not coming out and realigning our expectations, people are now they see Suicide Squad, which is a realistic game that they could make, and people are disappointed, right? So I don't have any real sympathy for them, honestly, because it's kind of their fault. And not just Rocksteady, it's actually WB overall. But think about it this way. As you mentioned, they set up the Suicide Squad in Arkham Origins. WB Games Montreal tried to develop the game. Evidently, it didn't go very well. And now they're giving it over to the ultimate gods of superhero video game development, Rocksteady. And that's not a shade at, like, Insomniac. Insomniac's really good, too. But they just have had, like, so many games in superhero games.
Because they have, like,
a
pretty much flawless track record at this point. Like,
Exactly.
Asylum was great. City is still the best. And I really like Night. I know a lot of people are differed about that one. I really do like Night for what it was. It's easily the best visually. Maybe not like story-wise, but you can't deny it. It is visually the best looking Arkham game that we have. And again, like, I just love everything that all the Arkham games had in their gameplay-wise, story-wise, and seeing how they handled it so flawlessly with the combat and the storytelling and the characters. Obviously, the portrayal of these characters is rock solid from Rocksteady's point of view. They can obviously do that with Suicide Squad. And again, we already get Deathstroke and Harley Quinn. We already have, pretty much two of the main members, and seeing how their characters are portrayed.
Yep.
And if they do that again in a full standalone game, like, the whole premise is you are the Suicide Squad, you're going out, you're working for Amanda Waller, there's this big mission, and maybe not like in the movie, like it was the world's at stake thing, but maybe like something more grounded, maybe like something a bit more personal and story driven to a certain character or something like that, instead of just, the world's ending or whatever.
Exactly.
I think that'd be cool.
And that's exactly what I was getting at. Like, thinking about the Suicide Squad movie, a lot of people say, they didn't like it that much, right? But think about this. What if the final boss fight, instead of being against Enchantress, was against the fucking Bat family? Like, Batman, Robin, Batgirl, Nightwing all come in. They're all fighting the Suicide Squad. And no, it's not like the world is ending stakes or anything like that. It's just like real character moments, and you also have this history of Batman, Harley Quinn, and the Joker's there too, and like that would have been amazing. This is what the fans really wanted, and this is my problem with comic book movies more broadly, is that they try to save shit. Like, they try to save the best villain for like the second or third movie, and that is just so stupid. And they try to save the best story arcs, and they also have problems getting like all the comic book characters together. Like, for instance, this Harley Quinn and Birds of Prey, Joker's not even going to be in it. Like, it's just like, what? How can you tell Harley Quinn's story without the Joker in there? Like, we've seen approximately 2 seconds of flashbacks in the DCEU. But anyway, my point more broadly is that in a video game, you can unleash all of our wildest nerdy fan expectations of what the Bat family, minus Batman. So we're doing an Arkham Knight sequel. Batman's not there. But think about this, Evan, with Spider-Man. Wouldn't you love to see a Spider-Man game with like Miles and all the supporting Spidey cast, MJ, like all those types of people, and let's say Spider-Man is out of the picture for one reason or another, you would totally eat up that game because it's still awesome. Like, you still love these side characters, and I don't know.
Yeah, especially if it connected in the same universe, pulled it off and then continued off with these characters, expanding their arcs, focusing on a story that drives towards who they are and their involvement towards Peter and the wider scope of this universe. Yeah, I totally love, obviously, though, the factor of that is, though, a Mary Jane PS4 is not going to sell well compared to Spider-Man PS4.
Mary Jane
for
PS4.
Example. So it's like, that may or may not be the sequel already. I can't confirm or deny that. But no, I'm kidding. But I think that is true. Like, if the fans are invested within this game's world, within these games characters, if they add on to it with other characters focusing on their own standalone games, the creations that Rocksteady and Warner Brothers have made they would still want to go and buy it and invest themselves within that world.
Right.
Aren't too aware of what they are. Like, now they are a bit of
Evan, you're
aware
lagging
of,
a little.
their
Evan, you're
recent
lagging.
reboot kind of in the comics.
Hello.
Let's see. Can you hear me?
Yeah. We can try to talk a little bit later. It's like lagging a little bit.
Hello?
Yeah, it's laggy. Hello. Should I just take more? You there, Evan?
See, can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit. It's just laggy.
Mhm.
Here, let me just take some other
All
calls and you can call back later.
Let's see. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Okay. I'll talk to you later, man. I'm rating this a fucking 2-star because Skype was lagging like a motherfucker. Let's take some other calls. Evan, thank you so much for calling in. It was great talking to you. And let's talk later. I'm sorry that it was laggy. Hello?
Hey.
Yo, what's up, dude?
How are you doing? Hey.
Wait, what's your user on the chat?
I'm missing 1199. Hey.
Oh, you are,
How
dude. Dude, great talking to you. How are you, man?
How are you? I just see even Florida just disconnected. Do you want to disconnect or call you later?
What? No, you're good, man.
Okay, man. First, thanks for your video. It's great. And second, from the last
Thank
weekend,
you.
I just wanted to know that we even don't know that the project is from Rocksteady or W is Montreal. The Suicide Squad game is from Rocksteady or W in Montreal. We just even don't know that.
Well, according to the leaks, it's WB Games Montreal, or excuse me, it's Rocksteady. Now, WB Games Montreal started working on a Suicide Squad game that was canceled, and the leaks are saying that this is actually what Rocksteady is working on. So, but that's what the leaks are saying. WB Games Montreal. I mean, like, I can't say for sure, but
Yeah.
that's basically what the leaks are saying. Yeah.
But I mean, as you said, WB Montreal is working on 2 projects. That's right. So I don't know. The first project that they are going to show us is the game as a service game or that Court of Owls game. And we will see a Rocket League game this E3 or next year. I just don't know that.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it's going to be interesting to look at, but
What do you think?
I really hope that the game comes out next year, but I mean, we can't know for sure, you know.
Yeah, that's right. But just we can hope that we see something. It's
Yeah.
And thanks for your time watching your video, waiting for Ivan Florica to connect. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for calling. I really appreciate it, man. I'll talk to you later. All right, guys. I have a confession to make. I need to pee. Can I say be right back? Here, let's play some good music. Hey, Neko, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining. Sniper Shot, thanks for being in here. B Zombie, hello. Phantom Stories, thanks for still being in here. Greg Pop, welcome. Greg Pop, you were late. I'm not happy with you right now. No, I'm just kidding. Do you guys want to listen to Chris Brown? I'm gonna get copyright striked. I can't listen to that. Gorilla. Video's been taken down? No, it hasn't. You lied. Don't lie to me. We're good, right? Okay, we're good. Oh my god, you troll. Okay, Thomas. What? Oh shit. Oh, you got another call? We got another call, boys. Oh wait, this isn't what we want. We want this. There we go. Hello?
Hey.
Hey, how's it going, man? Thanks for calling in.
Hey, I had an idea that I just want to hear your opinion about.
Yeah, run it.
For the new Suicide Squad that Rocksteady's supposedly making. Like, I was thinking about it, and I think it would fit really good like a GTA style game, where you go around the city, and you can like rob stores or whatever. Like that's how you can get like new clothes or outfits for the characters is rob stores, and then you get the little star system with the GCPD or whatever city it could be.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah, no. I was wondering what you think about Black Spider coming back for the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I would be down with Black Spider. I mean, I'm not like a huge fan of her or anything, but I really like the idea of doing missions. Like, think about in GTA, you know how you can pick which player you're gonna play as to like do a raid. I think you can do that. I'm pretty sure in GTA. But anyway, like you can plan out a raid on a bank or just like rob stuff, like just drive around and rob stuff. And I think it'd be really cool in the DC universe, of course, because you can rob like a lot of different things. Like it doesn't have to just be like liquor stores or whatever. And you could fight against the GCPD, and then also in the more structured story, like the non-free roam aspects of it, you could be fighting, of course, like Batman or Robin, Batgirl, etc. I really like that idea. Honestly, that's like it's a whole different direction to take the game, but it could be the direction they're going. It seems like they're doing open world, they're doing co-op, they're doing all that kind of stuff. So doing like raids with friends online and like doing it like a GTA type thing, I could totally see that, and I don't think that's out of the reason of possibility. And I think it's a really good idea, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, man.
But thank you so much for calling in. I think that's a great idea. I would love to see what everyone else thinks about it in the chat. So I'll talk to you in the chat, but thanks for calling in, man. I really appreciate it.
All right,
thanks, man. Mr. 1199, no worries, man. I'm glad we got to talk. It was great talking to you. Black Spider's dead in the Arkhamverse, though. Wait, he is? Wait, she is? The next Suicide Squad game is a battle royale. Oh, no, don't even say that. You're fucking with me. Please, no. Okay, now, let's go. Hold up. I need to pull up this. We're going to read this so-called leak. I bet it has a lot of shares. Actually, it kind of doesn't. Well, they're pointing out that this is so fake. Okay, let's read this. So, this is supposedly a leak from a WB Games Montreal presser about this new Suicide Squad game. It says the following, and I quote, "Announce June 4th of 2019, which is less than 2 months away. CG trailer. The announcement trailer is in the polishing phase. Blur Studio is currently polishing the lighting and animation in certain scenes." Now let's look at who Blur Studio is. Blur Studio, WB Games. Do they have any history with WB Games? Clients, Netflix. It looks to me like they have everybody except WB in here. So they're not a client of WB, although I suppose it's not like impossible that this is their first job that they're doing. Hold up 1 second, guys. I'll take calls in just a second. Let's go back here. Music licensing. We've approached RCA, Sony Music Entertainment, to acquire the licensing of using Perfect Day to Lou Reed as the main music track of the reveal trailer. Perfect Day by Lou Reed. Okay. Lou. I'm betting. Okay, see, this is like all weird. Okay, wait, how do I zoom in so you guys can read this shit? Oh shit, not that far. There we go. Okay, Gotham will be the first location. Okay, so evidently Ra's al Ghul walks up and the other villains are yet to be revealed. Ra's al Ghul is one of the exclusive timed raid mission. See, here's where the grammar's all fucked up. Ra's al Ghul is one of the exclusive timed raid mission, not missions, that will be available to pre-order customers. He means customers that pre-order. The agency will include this in the end of the trailer. We have not approached RCA Sony. Okay, like what? Gotham will be the first location to be revealed as one of the playable areas in the game. We're preparing a short introduction video of this location, showcasing some of the landmarks and areas you can explore. What do you mean you can explore? It means players can explore. I've started sending some of the assets over to Blank, included before the live gameplay presentation. However, it seems like some of the assets that are uses the old lighting tech. So we might have to recall if it looks out of place compared to the gameplay. See, there's so many, like, this is written by a fucking preschooler, guys. And I don't understand why so many people are convinced that this is real. I mean, grammar doesn't mean anything, sure, but it's like somebody with a college degree is working at WB Games, and this person can't even write on a middle school level. Marketing originally wanted to sell Star City after the live game presentation. However, Blank has requested that they would like to include this in the wrong form of their broadcast, which we will talk more in depth about the game. Star City will now be part of the Blank. Any update on the development of the last iteration of Arrow character model? We would like to include this in Star City trailer ASAP. This will be early access. The premium edition is being considered that would be bundled with a few iconic superhero costumes and a bit of in-game currency. Gameplay presentation. We intend on putting together a live gameplay walkthrough for Blank briefing. This would be a pre-recorded gameplay and UI with a pre-recorded group of people speaking over the footage, discussing the core elements of the game. Core gameplay, teamwork, custom variations, combat, supers, loot. Okay, so this is basically describing a hold up, let's go back to Streamlabs. That is describing an Overwatch type DC game. And this begs the question, is this something we want to see? I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know if that's something we want to see. Do we want to see a Suicide Squad game that's Overwatch, where we have like Harley Quinn has super abilities and we use them against other people? It's like Injustice, but in like a first-person shooter type way. I don't really know. And here's the thing to think about. Rocksteady was a first-person shooter developer before they made the Batman Arkham games. True story. They made Urban Chaos Riot Control or something. There you have it. What if the Suicide Squad game was before Arkham Asylum? Think about if Batman was in the game, take each member out, setting up Arkham Asylum. Yeah, that could be cool, Tyler. I like that idea. I finally know what you look like. Yes, you do, Jinxie. Thanks for joining. Hope it's a story game. Not Overwatch, Anthem, and Destiny. Yeah, I agree with you, Dark Detective. I would like to see an actual story game. But anyway, to me, I think this leak is all bullshit. But that's just my opinion. I mean, editor at All Games Delta. What the fuck is this? Is this like an actual journalist? Games Delta. Jedi the Fallen. Oh, okay. So it's not like a real... I mean, it is a journalist site. I'm sorry, that's mean. But it's not like IGN or some bullshit. I don't know. Fuck me up. More in-depth Spider-Man. Good job, Evan. Evan is on the grind. I love it. Hospital chariot event. Fuck, man. My Skype user is SlickMoff, SLCMOF. Hi, Austin. Greg, I'm pretty sure it's 6 months. Let me check. Yeah, it's a source from 4chan. I agree. Now here's my bold prediction, guys. Let me find something for you guys. Don't read my DMs. So, here's what I said to Hassan Ali Almachi, and we'll talk. Oh, let's take this call and then I'll talk about it. Yo, what's up, dude?
Hey, Slipmall.
Hey, how's it going, man? How are you?
Going good.
Good.
So I want to hear your input on if it's a, I think you may have said it already, but if it's a prequel, would you rather have a follow-up or would you rather see a prequel? That way you could have more characters.
So if the Suicide Squad game is a prequel to Arkham Asylum, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, in between Origin and Asylum, since we already saw that post-credit scene in Origins.
Okay. Oh, okay. So if it's now that's interesting because WB Games Montreal did totally like set up that. So what's the question again? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Would you rather see that, or would you rather see a follow-up to Arkham Knight?
Gotcha. You know, at first I would have said a follow-up to Arkham Knight, but now that you say it, that's a really good point because it is a direct follow-up to Arkham Origins. Now the question is, does the average viewer remember that post-credit scene? Is that particularly important to them? I think for Rocksteady, that tease is not going to be especially important to them, and they are not going to feel obligated to make the game sort of follow up to that, in my opinion. So I think they're going to do whichever way they want to do. In terms of my opinion and what I would like to see, I think I might prefer to see the Arkham Knight follow-up. And the reason is because I have so many questions, burning questions about what happens after Batman leaves Gotham. Like, how does that fit into that story of the Batman Arkham universe? And I think that they have more chances to use Batman, or excuse me, not Batman, Batgirl, Robin. One of the big advantages of having it after Arkham Knight is that you can actually include Batman in the game, and we can fight Batman from the Suicide Squad's perspective. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but my thing is, well, for one, Batgirl is still paralyzed at the end of Arkham Knight, right?
That's true.
So if it's before, let's say it could take place a few years after Origins, and then they introduce Harley Quinn because we already saw how she was transitioning in Origins. And then they, bring in Killer Croc, you have Deathstroke, Deadshot. I think it could work. I think to have it where... Do you think it would be cool if you could kind of switch between the Suicide Squad and the Bat Family, maybe? Like, sometimes you could play as the Bat Family, and then the other time you could play as the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, dude, I would be totally down for that, because it's, like, you already have all of that code and continuation of the Batman Arkham games, you know what I mean? And you can already play as, like, Nightwing and stuff, and if they... I would be so down for that. I would be down for the game to be like 50-50, Suicide Squad and in the other half Bat Family. And like how the Bat Family fights the Suicide Squad and rationalizes Bruce's disappearance and shit like that. I would be so down for that. I think that would be great.
Yeah, one more thing before I go.
Yeah.
One more thing. I'm just ready for that reveal of whatever Warner Brothers is working on. I'm just ready for that reveal, man.
I know. I feel that. I totally feel that. And I just I DM'd Patrick Redding and Osama from WB Games Montreal the other day, and I was just talking to him, and they didn't obviously like reveal anything or anything like that, but he just said that like it's really going to be worth the wait. We're going to be really thrilled with what they're working on, and I think that that's true. I think my honest prediction is by E3, we're going to have one of the two games. And this is exactly what Hassan says. So on stream, I'm going to read through my DMs with Hassan, this industry guy, and I will show you what he said. And he said exactly that, what I just said, that there's going to be one of the two games at E3. But thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it. You had some great points, man.
Thanks, man.
All right, I'll see you around. Thanks. That was a great call. Thank you for calling in. Okay, so here's what Hassan said. I said this. Hey, I've actually seen scripts from Rocksteady's newest game. I think that was a lie. Have I seen scripts? Oh, no, that's actually not a lie. I did. Anyway, so I am not, but it probably was a lie. Anyway, I don't really know. Holy fuck. That's like the emergency system alarm at UNC. Give me 1 second. The fuck? Alright, I gotta check my phone and email alerts, because, I mean, I don't think that's a weather alarm. Okay, evidently there's like a tornado warning or some bullshit. Here, averse weather, here it is. The National Weather Service has issued the follow alert for Chaplin Carborough. Severe thunderstorm warning. Averse weather, tornado watch. Okay, I don't know why they're being so dramatic, playing that fucking alarm and shit. Sorry about that. Sounded like yeah, it is a storm alarm. It sounded like a bomb alarm. I thought we were all gonna die, get nuked by Russia or some shit. Which takes the fuck run to the shelter. The purge is about to commence, dude. Hell yeah, I'm down. No, I'm just kidding. Storm alarm. Yeah, we're good. Nah, we're good. It's not even raining outside. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, whatever. Anyway, UNC's dramatic. Okay, let's go back here. Check out Slickmoff stream. Thank you so much, Alter, for sharing. Okay, hold up. Let's go back. Hallelujah. Alrighty. It's the Snake Slick. LMFAO. Okay. Hey, I have actually seen scripts from Rocksteady's newest game. This is what I said. So, I am more curious about the release thing. You don't have to say anything if you're not comfortable saying. Have you heard anything from Rocksteady game about being announced if W Montreal is not able to release their game in 2019? In other words, Rocksteady's announcement is a backup plan in case W Montreal isn't ready with their new game. And he said pretty much yes. So what I said is, at E3, they're going to release one of the two games. They're either going to release Rocksteady or they're going to release W Games Montreal trailer at E3 in 2019. And basically, Rocksteady is the backup plan in case WB Games Montreal is not ready. If WB Games Montreal is not ready, Rocksteady will come forth with their trailer at E3, which I suspect is Suicide Squad, which is precisely what the leak was trying to get at. I think the leak is fake because it's not even in English, but that's just my opinion, right? So, have you... Next month is sort of, and then he just changes the topic. And I said, have you heard more quarter one or quarter two? He changes the topic entirely. Why do they show you that? And then he was like, well, why do they show you concept art of the game? Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. He said deflecting, can't confirm. But okay, so this guy was kind of a dick, is my point. But he probably knows shit that's going on. So what he's saying is that we're going to get one of these games at E3. As a result of this, my prediction is, I am 80% confident we will get one of these trailers at E3. And it's so overdue that I think that it's honestly inevitable. Like, it's so overdue. Would you be disappointed if we got Rocksteady's game announced instead of W1? Tyler, that's an interesting question. Kinda. I'm more excited for WB Game Montreal's game. And that may sound weird to some people, because Rocksteady is the more pristine developer. But I've just been so eager and so invested in this Rocksteady game all along that that's what I'm thinking right now. No worries, Phantom. Also, you don't need to. You can just call me through my number. I have a number on here. What's up, Joaquin? Thanks for joining. Redhead still a member of the Suicide Squad. Just a quick reminder, guys, ways you can help support the stream. Donations really help. If you want to become a member, it's $5 a month. You get exclusive chat emojis. That's $5. And then you also get a shout-out here at the top part right here. That's our new member. Our top donator is Liquid, $69. Other ways you can help the stream is by buying merch. I think that will also show up here. I'm still taking calls, Mysterious. Yeah, call me up. But donations are a huge way to help the stream. They'll show up right here in this bin. Also, if you become a member, it shows up here. But anyway... memberships and donations really help the channel and that kind of stuff. So I really appreciate it. All that stuff is super, super helpful. All the links to that are in the description below. And to become a super chat, you can just press this button, send a highlighted message, and I'll read your chat and stuff like that. And whatever you guys want to talk about. If you donate a super chat about politics, we'll talk politics. I don't give a shit. So I really want to make sure you guys don't feel like you wasted your money donating to me or whatever. Okay, yeah, somebody call me up. Number is 919-537-9981. Once again, that is 919-537-9981. Call me up. Give me your thoughts on the Rocksteady Suicide Squad game. I'm going to run a quick ad. I'll be right back. I know when that hotline bling. That can only mean one thing. I don't know if the ad is still running or if everyone's just here. I think they say it's like a complex algorithm of what decides, you know. Top chat. Some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. Should we just do live chat? I don't know, whatever. With all the years we had to wait, I hope the Batman game is something unique and something that we haven't seen before. Point is, it better wow us. Absolutely, Tyler, I agree. And from what I was, what Patrick and Patrick was saying in the DMs, he seems to think that it will. It's going to blow us away. And if that's the case, hell yeah. I'm prepared to be blown away. I was born ready to be fucking amazed, boys. Love Doctor, but no love, just superheroes. Jukebox. Okay, somebody call me up. 919-537-9981. Make sure you talk directly into your mic and you have a good mic and you're not on speakerphone. You're talking directly into your phone. No background ambient noise. Once again, 919-537-9981. Or you can just call me on Skype. The user is Slickmoff, SLCMOF. Game Informer reveal? Probably not an Echo. What's up, Martin? Maybe the May reveal. No, they already did the May reveal. Maybe the June reveal. I don't know. Who knows? And Arkham Origins Remaster 2? Yeah, don't hold your breath for that, dog. I don't think we're gonna get that. Late night when you need my love. I know when that hotline bling. That can only mean one thing. I know when that hotline bling. The May reveal. Maybe the June reveal. I don't know. Who knows? Yo, what's up, dude?
Yo, what's up, Slick?
Not too much. How's it going, man? What's your name in the chat?
It's Phantom Stories.
What now?
Yeah, no, Phantom Stories.
Oh, okay, awesome, dude. Did you have a comment that you wanted to say, or just?
Yeah, I wanted to add on what you said about the Suicide Squad games and about you say you wanted to get a prequel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then for the prequel, what I wanted to say was that how for it to be a prequel, what did you think? You know how the movie that came out. You know what I'm talking about, the animated movie?
The Suicide Squad animated movie? Yeah, that takes place in the Arkhamverse, theoretically.
Yeah, and you know how the Arkham Origins Blackgate, I forgot what's it called, Blackgate Deluxe, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, this is a great point that you're making, and I didn't even consider this, and I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
But that is
how would that fit in between
you're right
there?
Oh, that's a big problem. Fuck. Because theoretically all that stuff is canon. So really you have to make a conscious choice. You either have to retcon that shit, or you've got to just try to dance around it. Now, if the game is a follow-up to Arkham Knight, you can't keep Arkham Asylum, that game, or excuse me, not the Suicide Squad, Assault on Arkham, I think is what it was called. You can keep that animated movie canon, and it's a good movie. I would give it an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it. Yeah. So if you do an Arkham Knight follow-up, then you're fine. You don't have anything to worry about. Whereas if you try to dance around with the Arkham Origins, Arkham Asylum era, that's going to be a big problem, because then you're going to be well, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, yeah. But for it to be a sequel, you gotta I don't know if you've read any of the Arkham comics that are also part of canon of the continuity and everything.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, then you would know that Captain Boomerang gets killed by Deadshot before the events of Arkham Knight, and then Deadshot retires his criminal career, with Amanda Waller, which is weird to me because I thought Deadshot killed Amanda Waller at the end of the movie. You know what I mean? We had a sniper aimed at her head and everything.
Yeah. Dude, now here's one thing you're big into the lore, you're big into the animated movies and the comics. I've read some of the comics too, not all of them, especially the Arkham City series comics. I've read a lot of those, read a little bit of the Arkham Knight, but the Arkham lore and canon, it's not super coherent. A lot of people have had their hands in the pot, and this is exactly what happened with Star Wars, right? Like, I don't know if you're a Star Wars fan, but they had all these people making extended canon books and other universe books, and eventually it got so convoluted and everybody was conflicting with one another that Star Wars, when Disney bought Star Wars, they come out and say everything else is gone, we delete it all, and it's just what we say, right? So this is exactly what Rocksteady will have to do. And as much as I love those comics, you know, if you want to include Captain Boomerang, you have to have some explanation and say, well, those comics just aren't, they're not canon. So,
if, like, you know, if they want to do, like, a classic Suicide Squad, like, you know, like, New 52 and everything, then they should just, you know, make the new gaming universe part of the new universe. Like, you know, like I said before, like the Earth 1, Earth 2, New 52, or Prime, any of those worlds, you know, like, they don't have to necessarily do the Arkhamverse. They can explore other heroes and villains in the Arkhamverse, like, say, Green Arrow, Flash, Wonder Woman or whatever, but Wonder Woman doesn't exist in Arkhamverse. But they can do like other villains and other things like that, you know, like a Red Hood game. I think that would work well, like as an Arkham Knight prequel. Like you can just, you know, just think about the endless possibilities of Red Hood, like the movement, mechanics, all that stuff. Like, it's just like the possibilities because I got a lot of ideas for that. I can like literally submit on paper and just submit it to like WB. They can take it for consideration anytime. But you know, I'm not a developer myself. But, it's just, I think that's the way to go. Just a Red Hood game or Nightwing, just keep expanding those characters, you know, part of the Bat family. Or Batwoman.
Dude, absolutely. I totally agree with you. I mean, think about how awesome a Red Hood game would be, where basically in the Arkham games, they totally butchered his story. Not because it's incorrect or like they did it wrong or whatever. It's just because they introduced his backstory 30 minutes before the reveal. So it was blatantly obvious to everybody when he comes on that that, you know, we know it's going to be Jason Todd when he takes off the mask. So you can't fix that, obviously. But what you can fix is that his backstory is not very well substantiated. And if you have an entire game dedicated to how he got from... And I would start the game... I don't know if this is what you had in mind. I would start the game with Jason Todd taking the wheels off the Batmobile. That iconic scene. Oh, shit. The call ended. Okay, he hung up. But anyway, I'll finish my thought. I'm sure he's still watching. What I would do is I would start with his journey as... Okay, hold up. Also, let me make sure I'm not, like, dying. Evidently, there's a tornado here at UNC. I don't fucking know. Let me just go make sure that... You know, as long as this glass doesn't break, I'm Gucci. I'm chilling. I mean, there's people walking around outside. I don't really think that... You know. Whatever. See, it's a tornado warning, which means a tornado actually touched down. So, that's, I guess, scary. I don't know. Whatever. So, here's my point. Oh, Phantom, no worries, dude. Sorry. Oh, wait, you only get 5 minutes? Oh, hold up. Let me make this guy a moderator. Phantom's cool. Okay, so, Phantom, thanks for calling in, man. You had some great points. But here's the point I was getting at. Is that the Arkham lore is complicated. It's convoluted. It disagrees with itself in many ways. And as a result of this, you've got to be careful about what is canon and what is not. $10 for another 5 minutes. Holy shit. Hell no, Phantom. Don't worry about that, dude. Never mind. But thanks for calling, though. I appreciate it. And I really like Phantom's idea of a Todd game. I think that's a great idea. A game for, you know, prior to Arkham Knight, where we set up what actually led. How did he go from Robin to Batman's arch nemesis in Arkham Knight? I think it's a great story. I would love to see it. And the game can end as soon as he becomes the Arkham Knight. How does he get this army? All these stories. They explain in the comics, as Phantom knows. They try to explain, well, how did he get all this money? And, like, how did he buy this whole army? And they try to explain these things that make no sense in the game. And, I mean, they might do an okay job at it. I don't know. I guess that's a normative opinion, but, you know, whatever. No, they won't make a standalone Nightwing game. You're right, but I wish that they would. Just like they won't make a standalone Red Hood game, but, I mean, we can hope. We can hope. Oh. Adverse weather tornado watch issued. Now it's a tornado warning, I think. Emergency. A tornado warning. Severe thunderstorm warning. Moore County, Alamance, Orange County. Severe thunderstorms. Carthage moving east. Holy fuck, a 60-mile-per-hour tornado? Expect damage to roof, sidings, trees. Locations impacted include Chapel Hill, Burlington, Sanford, Hillsborough, Pittsburgh. Fucking hell, there's a tornado running around out here. Shit. Okay, well, if the tornado comes, I'm gonna have to hop off stream. But for now, we're good for another like 15 minutes or so. I love join, but I don't have Skype. You actually don't need Skype. You can call on your cell phone, game person, but no worries. Don't die in a slick. I won't Venom. We're good. We're chilling. Oh, also after the stream, I might play like Apex. Would you guys be down to chill for that? It ain't Kansas no more. You're right. Mississippi, the weather has been taking over. Carolina, 354 drop frames, but that's only 0.3%. That's not bad at all. Yo, what's up, dude? Oh, that's all. Okay, can't take that call. That's a lot of music in the background. It's 30 miles per hour over here in Joliet. You need to survive because there's a Batman game waiting for you to leak. Neko, you're right, dude. Okay, so here's my ultimate prediction about this. This Suicide Squad game, and this is just a good recap of what everything I want to see. I want to see this game be a sequel to Arkham Knight, include the Bat family, include all of these Suicide Squad, Batman, Arkham villains, whatever. I want to see... Wait, we can call you through phone? Yeah, Phantom. You can call through phone. Let me, Oh, actually, I closed Skype. Fuck. Okay, it's fine. I want to see this game take place after Arkham Knight. I want to see all the characters that we've seen from the Batman Arkham games. I want it revealed at E3 or the WB Games Montreal game. And if what he's saying is true, Hassan, whatever his name is true, we're going to get one of these games at E3. And that's really exciting. That's really exciting. 90 viewers for Batman, but 10 for Apex. Yeah, that's true. But my donations are about the same for both, honestly. My donations for Apex actually sometimes are more. Just because it's like a chill stream, it's more interactive, that kind of stuff. Voice, not face. Yeah, there's no face chat on that shit. But recently I've been really getting into streaming. I've really been enjoying it. I really like streaming. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's just been a blast talking to everybody, being interactive, streaming consistently. This is what I've been trying to do. This is why I've been trying to, you know, like I understand a lot of people aren't members right now, but like I've been trying to stream more so that more people will be down to become members. You know what I mean? And I've really just been trying to stream more. Like I've tried to stream at least 3 times a week. Now, here's the thing with the Gotham Knights, hashtag Gotham Knights altar, is that how many, I mean, we already have a lot of success on here. 2,000 followers already. We just got this. I mean, that is awesome. We only have 100 tweets. Retweet the Joker movie. I mean, our last tweet was in March. It's almost the end of April. So the fact that, I mean, this community is already awesome. Do you think they'll... No, it won't be an Xbox exclusive, but it might be on the Xbox stage. Yeah, might be. And if not... Could I ever DM with a topic to discuss? Absolutely, game person. And I think that it could be... Oh, also, guys, I have an announcement. On Tuesday, I'm doing an Avengers Infinity War stream. That is Tuesday the 23rd. Tuesday the 23rd. I've got a stream. We're going to be talking about Avengers Endgame. Sort of predictions, that kind of stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm seeing the movie on Thursday. On Tuesday, we're doing a Avengers Endgame predictions, hopes, expectations stream. So it should be fun. Console attracts more PlayStation players than Xbox. That's probably true, PlayStation boy. Oh, you're biased. Come on, PlayStation boy. I'm just kidding. Yeah, man. No, I feel you. I know what you mean, but I don't know. This has been a great stream, guys. I really appreciate everyone tuning in. Not that I'm ending it now. I'll go for a little bit longer, but Guys, I just really want this game to get revealed, man. I really do. I wish that WB had... Oh, how is Evan not a mod in here? What? Hold on, we got an odd mod Evan. Put user, add moderator. There we go. Shit, man. I need it so desperately, and I just... Oh, and the problem is that as a channel, I'll take this call really quick. Yo, what's up, dude?
Yeah, what up?
How's it go?
Some Phantom again, yeah.
Oh, Phantom. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So, going back
I want to call through Skype.
No, I feel that because now it's not gonna kick you out and shit. But now I was just talking about the expected reveal. So now I want your thoughts, Phantom. When are we gonna get a reveal for either of these games? You like if you had to bet money on it, let's say, like, what is your bet for either of the games?
Well,
don't say one in particular. Just like the chances we'll get one of them at E3. What do you think?
One of them. Well, we got to think about this, like corporately first. Like, we're in the middle of April, it's the middle of spring. Something would have been released by now, at least a teaser, something, because we're really rapidly closing in on E3. It's going to be like, in a month, right? Next month, May.
About 2, right?
Like, in a week of this month. Yeah, in June.
Yep.
And if they were or are going to release something, then it has to be pretty much soon. I say either by next week, by the beginning of May, or a poster or something. They have to do that because they got to start the marketing machine right now. They want to get people hyped because, think about it. Like, put yourself in the shoes of, a corporate investor, like you're investing in these companies and you want to know what are they going to, produce within the next few months or during the end of the year. You know what I mean? Like, what do you guys have in plan in the video game industry? Like Marvel, they're kicking your asses right now with Spider-Man.
Yep.
So what are you guys going to retaliate with? Like, you guys got Batman, right? You say you close him out. Well, revive him back. Put him in a new universe. Put him in a new continuity.
Yep.
Do whatever y'all want. It's common. And if you're the one investing in WB, then obviously you're going to tell them, okay, if you already guys got a game in stock that's been in the works for 2 years?
Yep.
Then put out something. What the hell y'all waiting for? Because we got to set this market machine right now. We're not going to wait in the last few months before the game comes out just to get the people hyped up because they're going to be hyped up for something else. Like what, Modern Warfare 4 comes out?
Yep.
They're going to be hyped up for something like that. Or
so,
whatever else is going to come out.
So you think the game's going to be at E3?
Most likely, yes. We're going to get a teaser trailer by E3.
Yep,
Most
I agree.
Likely, yeah, because Injustice 2... We got at E3 back in, what was it, 2016, right? Yeah, 2016.
Yeah. Oh, we did get it at
E3? That was
E3?
pretty highly unexpected. Yeah, we got it at E3 2016. It was the cinematic trailer we got.
Yeah.
And then after that, they started dropping, gameplay trailers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they're going to start doing. They're going to drop the teaser first at E3, and then a couple of weeks later, or a few days later, they're going to start dropping, the gameplay trailers and all that stuff. And if it is a Suicide Squad game, then what I do want to see in there is, by Rocksteady, to add in, multiplayer elements in there, like you saw in Arkham Origins, right? Let's say there's 2 teams, a 4 or 5v5, and then there's 2 heroes, Robin or Batman or Nightwing with Robin or Batgirl with, Red Hood or whatever, any member of the Bat family. Taking down a Suicide Squad, or whatever, while they're on the mission. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, that sounds fun already. I would play that for hours for a meme, you know what I mean? And more ironically is that, it's just they honestly... I mean, if they are going to make a Suicide Squad game, like we were talking about earlier, continuity errors, if it's just going to be a multiplayer game, then, just make it a multiplayer game. You don't have to put single player in there, because... if they add a story to it, then people are going to be like, wait a minute, something's not right here. Captain Boomerang's supposed to be dead after Arkham Knight.
Right.
Why
But honestly,
why
think about it, dude. Who gives a shit about the comics? The comics are cool, but what would you rather have? Them do exactly what they want to do, or try to be faithful to these comics written by people that don't even, know the Arkham games. They were just, hired by DC, low-tier writers. I don't know. See, to me, I totally agree.
Well, I mean... Yeah. It's like to the well, mainly it's like to fix some continuity errors, for the hardcore DC fan, for the hardcore fan, like Batman fan, like
Exactly.
they don't want to break. It's WB, they never want to break lore always. Like even like if you look at the MCU, some continuity errors are sucked up in there a little bit, excuse the language, but like it's all part of like the same universe, it's still part of the same universe. It's all just like a little bit broken down a little bit. And me myself, like I'm not like a hardcore diehard fan about it. Like I just nitpick sometimes, you know what I mean? Not all the time, but sometimes, If I see something that doesn't supposed to be there, then I'll call it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. And I really think that E3 is going to be an important milestone for WB. Like this is something that they really really need to make sure that they make an impression, because it's not that people are going to lose interest or whatever. It's just been so long that WB Games Montreal is at risk of becoming out of the limelight, because they've only really released one game. And, even if you just drop a trailer, it can be like the Injustice 2 trailer, which wasn't that good. It's just like a little tease and it says that they're making the game, whatever. And if you just have that, that is enough in and of itself. It's enough to keep us interested. It's to keep us engaged. And I really...
For what's to come, yeah.
Exactly, and E3 is an important marker for them. It's a great way to have everyone's attention. It would be the top news story of the whole week, in my opinion, if WB comes out and they announce that they're making a new Batman game. It would be absolutely huge. So,
it would be, yeah.
I think that
like 3 years.
It would be a huge mistake for them not to, even if the game's not ready, even if the game's not coming out in 2019. That's fine, but you still need to come out and drop a trailer. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, like I can wait, I like, waiting for perfection, I've waited like how many years is it? Like 7 or 8 years for Red Dead Redemption 2, and boom, that game came out beautifully well. And I won't be surprised if they've been working on this Batman game since 2016, and then you got like 3 years right there, 4 years if it's going to be next year, and just imagine if it's a possibility, the graphics, everything. It might be ultra realistic, you never know, And it might have a day and night cycle. I hope like they've been looking at feedback from the community. People like been saying all this stuff, what they want, what they do want, what they don't want. But actually, hasn't WB like released the game back in 2017?
Injustice 2 was a DC game.
No, it was like a no. I'm talking about like WB Montreal. Like remember like when they were teasing something.
Oh,
yeah,
like
and everybody
Lego,
thought it was a new Batman game.
Lego Chimera?
Yeah.
Lego Chimera, I think is what it was called.
I think it was.
But
yeah, they posted it on a Facebook page. Yeah.
Dude, that doesn't even count,
Something
honestly.
that was going to be revealed.
Now, Phantom,
everybody got hyped up.
I know. I don't know how long you've been following my videos, but I remember probably a few months. Okay, a couple years ago, I fucking was really like a hella nerd, and I would look at like the trailers and shit, and that they would release like marketing trailers and stuff, and I would just be all over it. And basically I found like footage of the Batman game they were working on and stuff, and like the code for the maps and all that kind of stuff. But ultimately that was for the game that was canceled. So wait, where did I want to... Oh, I wanted to go onto Facebook, but it's fine. I wonder... WB Games Montreal hasn't been posting anything on Twitter. It's so frustrating, man. Fuck.
Oh, yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I used to do that too, man. Like, when I was like mainly the first Batman game that like I got introduced to was Arkham City back in like 2012. I was like, I think I was like 13, I think. Yeah, and the first time I played it, I wasn't hyped for it. I was just like, just another Batman game, you know? And I played it, and I was like, wow, this shit was fucking great.
Yep.
Like, I never knew how badass the Batman character was. Because before then, I thought the Batman character was just like, I thought he was just like, you know, beating up the Joker all the time, you know, stopping banks, blah, 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 you know. But no, there's just more to him. There's more to this character. He means something to people, you know. He's just like, embodies everything that people, negative energy, you know, all their bad side, what they don't want to become, you know. And I meant to that. For a 13-year-old me, like, that just spoke to me, you know. And after that, I just delved more into the Batman lore, you know. I just started getting into Batman after that. And yeah, it just got me after that. But what I wanted to say was that, like, was that WB Montreal, wasn't there heavily rumors of them making, like, a Harry Potter game? which I hope isn't true.
Nah, they're not making that. Somebody else is though. Someone in WB. But
someone in WB. Oh, yeah, it's because
Yeah.
I thought they were the ones making the Harry Potter game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why, but I guess I don't know, whatever makes money.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
Bobby's been tweeting that they're doing a new DC IP. So we know that their second game at WB Games Montreal is not a Batman game, but I think that the first one is. So at least we have that. I don't know. But
We're speculating it might be 2 DC games.
yeah, no,
for
I
the
mean,
most part.
yeah, I think it'll still be 2 DC games, but I don't know. All right.
I think one might drop this year and one might drop next year. That's what I'm
Yeah.
speculating right now.
I mean, if they did an E3 trailer and then they really crunched to get the game out, they could do it by late 2019. Like, imagine if they come out at E3 and they announce a Batman game and they, like, put on the screen at the very end, coming 2019. Like, dude, that would be so
tease
hype.
it
People
like
would
the,
go crazy.
Hell yeah, that whole Peter, with a rough and flames. Like, imagine if they just tease it, like, when Zack Snyder revealed, like, that Batman was going to be in the sequel he's doing BVS, they just, like an actor, he just wrote a quote of what Batman told, Superman when he was about to, kill him in the Dark Knight Returns convoy. He just read it, and then it showed the screen behind him, the Batman logo, and everybody just went fucking crazy. Oh, yeah. If they did something like that, damn, that would be,
I know.
that would be phenomenal.
It would be. And, okay, so percentage chance that we get the reveal at E3. What do you think?
Let's see. I would give it about, say, 69% chance.
69?
69%.
That's low. That low?
Yeah, that low. I'm mainly saying it because, well, right now we have, lack of, supporting evidence that there even might be a DC game this year, That's what I'm mostly saying it. But, it's, it's not below 50, It's still a little bit high up there, near the charts and the numbers and all that, But it's like I'm still speculating, I mostly want to say 74%, but, it's around there. What about you?
I mean, I would like to think 80, but I guess I don't really have any evidence to prove that. It's just like, it's kind of just my intuition. Like you said, one of the problems is that I'm not seeing a lot of teasing from the devs. It would be one thing if in early this year they teased us a lot, but it would be one thing if that was increasing. But unfortunately, it's not, which is concerning. But let's read some of the chat.
Yeah, definitely.
Rocky says 40%. Victor says 85. Now he says 75. JM says 74.32%. Well, we'll take that guy. That seems mathematically calculated. December 14th, Rocksteady is the 75% for Venom. I mean, those are good odds, honestly. I take that 75%. Hell yeah, why not? But all right, dude. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you calling. It was great talking to you, Phantom, and I will see you in the chat. But thanks for calling, dude.
I bet.
All right, see you, man. Yep. See ya. Well, it was great talking to him. He has some very good insights. Can tell he's a smart guy. So thank you, Phantom, for calling. 75, Zanny, 50, Red Beast, 1,000 million. Hell yeah. 50-50. Christian says 75. June. Yeah, E3's in June. Oh, fuck. I really hope you guys are wrong, and it's way more than 50. It has been a long and arduous journey. I have hope, though, guys. I really do. 80. Mysterious. 48. The more fans wait for an announcement for W Monty, the more people lose interest. You think that's true? Okay, now I want people to call in. Call in and say... Hold up. I am a little tired. Also, there's a tornado that's about to murder everybody, so. Okay, I want everyone to call in. That is 919-537-9981, 919-537-9981. I would like you guys to call in and say when you think we're going to get the WB Games Montreal game reveal, and tell me why. Once again, that number is 919-537-9981. Vincent, 90%. Starfield, 90%. Greg Pop. Rocksteady is making a Maverick game? What the hell is that? Also, guys, as we enter the... well, I'm going to go live for another... It's hour and a half live. It's real hard, man. Yeah, hour and a half live is hard. Donations are really appreciated, guys. If you guys want to donate, the link is in the description below, or the super chat. I really appreciate all the donations and memberships. Jules, welcome back,
Hello.
man.
Yeah, I'm back again. With a better mic.
Can you mute my stream in the background? All right, perfect. So, Jules, question of the day. This is the second question. The question is, when are you expecting a game reveal from either WB Games Montreal or Rocksteady? Give us a month and like percentage chance calculation and why.
Definitely E3. I mean, there's no doubt.
Definitely? Hell yeah, Jules. You are talking my language, bro. Okay, all right. So, why E3?
Because that's like celebration of all the releases of games, you know, all the announcements will fit in perfectly.
Yep.
And it would definitely shock fans.
You think so?
Well,
Wait,
not
do
shock
you have
fans.
another
I mean,
video
for
in
the
the
ones
background,
like
Jules?
who expect it, like, I mean,
Jules-
it would be amazing.
Jules, who's talking in the background?
I lost the film. Sorry, go turn this off.
Oh no, yeah, you're good, perfect. Just so the audio is super clear and there's no background or anything. So you say 100% for E3?
Yeah, if it's gonna happen, definitely E3.
Hell yeah. See, and that's the thing is like in the past, WB has not been super focused on like necessarily only releasing stuff at E3, but let's think about what is the most recent DC video games have been released at E3 or teased at E3. Think about Batman Arkham VR E3 announcement. That was a total surprise announcement. Think about Injustice 2, also at E3. And it seems that that's the trend they're going on. The earlier Arkham games were announced by Game Informer magazine, but I mean that was like 2009. That's when people still read magazines, you know. So it seems that they're going more towards the E3 direction now, and the last few DC video games have been announced at E3, and I think that this one will be no exception.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the times now. You know, everyone's on their smartphone instead of reading books, reading magazines. So, you know, they'll be more informed, like seeing it on YouTube. Oh, new game announcement. That's how I see games.
Yeah.
Even if like I don't know about them, I don't care about them. They usually pop up in my subscriptions.
Yep. And even with E3, you know, we might be getting a Spider-Man PS4 2 or an Avengers Project announcement here at E3 and a trailer.
I almost forgot about that Avengers game.
Avengers Project is probably going to be at E3 too. And thinking about that, like, jeez, I mean, if Marvel can get out an Avengers game before, you know, Rocksteady or W Montreal can get out one, that's going to be very surprising, and I would be surprised if that's the case, you know?
Yeah, they'll hook a lot of Marvel fans. Definitely like some other ones.
Yeah.
Like the Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
What country are you from, Jules?
Scotland. Edinburgh.
I could tell. I knew it.
How could you tell my accent?
Yeah, your accent. But Jules, thanks for calling in twice, man. You've had some good insights both times. Thank you so much for calling. I'll talk to you in the chat.
I like
All right, see you, dude.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jules, for calling. Vicky Vale VR. LOL. No, Jules, I really appreciate you calling, man. Always have great insights. All right, next caller. We need another one. 919-537-9981. Welcome back, Alter. The fact that Marvel is about to launch their own shared game universe is huge. Kind of is. Good one, baby. Why don't you break my heart? Sorry, I'll stop singing. Okay, next caller on predictions for when we are getting a new DC game. 919-537-9981. That is 919-537-9981. Hit me up, boys. Late night when you need my love. 'Cause I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. Is anyone gonna call? If we don't have any calls, I think I'll hop off. I would call, but I'm only 15 and lame. You're not lame. Red Beast, you're a fucking beast. That's the whole point. What's up, Brian? My Skype is Slickmoff, SLCMOF. You can also call my number, which is 919-537-9981. That is 919-537-9981. You're watching the Slickmoff Show. Thank you. I'm pretending like I have a radio show. Do you guys want to hear something cool I'm doing on my channel? What's a tornado? Yeah, dude. Fuck that tornado, JM. I don't give a shit about it. So. Suicide Squad happening? Yeah, it is. Rocksteady's doing that shit, bro. Ugh. Game person, go ahead. What's your question? Also, thank you for donating $1, game person, yesterday. What's up? Game person, you can either call and ask or ask it in the chat. It's up to you. When will Slickwife be a special guest again? I don't know. Did you guys like that stream? Slick Goddess Beck. Yeah? Damn. She has some fans. You guys like her more than me. Fuck. You can be so sure that Rocksteady's next game is a Suicide Squad game? I mean, I'm not. Like, I'm not 100% certain. It's just what the leaks have said. And it makes a lot of sense to me. That's all. You did it. N U N C. Go heels go. You love that stream, Jack? Good. I'm glad. Who would tune in for an Apex stream with my friend Zach? Anybody? Anybody? UNC. Go heels go. Remember me, the 4-year Slick Scriber who played multiple rounds of Injustice 2, and you called me a legend. Yo, what's up? Good to see you, dude. Thanks for joining. I do listen to trap music, Angel Slickmoff. Jack, we love you, Slick. You're the best DC YouTuber. Thank you, Jack. When's the next time you'll do like a Discord chat live stream? I don't know. Discord chat live streams can be a disaster. Bill Dog Rooney, what up? Thanks for joining, my man. Yeah. Okay, so Phantom, Discord streams can be a disaster because there's so many people talking and everyone's talking over each other. And it's kind of like, I don't know. But it's fine. It's cool. When are you playing Asylum? I don't know. When should I do my next episode? I would like to ask, what do you think is the future of playable characters in challenge maps? Huh. Maybe challenge map boss fights. That would be badass, am I right? Hello?
Hello, how are you going? How's it going, man?
Dude, how's it going? It's nice to talk to you. I don't think it's been a while since I talked to you.
Trying to contact you.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
Yeah. In any case, how are you doing? How's your day going, man?
It's going well. I'm a little tired. If I'm being honest, guys, to all the underage people, don't do this. But last night I was drinking a good bit. I'm a little hungover right now, to be honest. But I didn't want to comment on that. But nah, it's it's just hopefully it's not too obvious. I am like a little tired. But anyway, what about you? How have you been?
Today has been a very, very fucking lazy day, buddy. I've got a final in about I've got a final in about like 3 or 4 days, and it's my last final. And after that, I'm going back home.
Okay.
That's it.
So you're a university student?
Yeah, I'm in Waterloo, Canada.
Oh, in Canada. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, we are taking predictions on
Absolutely.
if you're betting money on a DC game reveal, when's it going to happen, and what's the percentage you think?
The thing is, I'm kind of on the fence about it being a DC game from the beginning. I'm talking about Rocksteady's side.
Okay.
Of the spectrum. Now, what WB Games Montreal, obviously, I'm practically sure it's going to be Court of Owls game. We all know that.
Yep.
And I've seen the stream a couple of days ago. Within the next 2 months, if that doesn't happen, then whatever, who knows. But on the Rocksteady side of things, I do kind of feel like Rocksteady wants to do their own thing. You know, they want their own IP. They want to establish themselves. Oh, yeah, like, we are relevant. We want to do something for our own, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I do get that sense sometimes because I feel like they want to create their own Last of Us or their own Uncharted, something like that, you know?
Oh, okay.
Something like that. They want to do something for their own. That's what I mean. That's what I think is going to happen. But all the new leaks for Suicide Squad, that might be the case or not, you know? You never know. Because as you said in your video, they did make Urban Chaos before Arkham.
Yep.
So they might be going in that direction this time around, so you never know.
Now, here's one thing to play devil's advocate with you.
Mm-hmm.
Is Jason Schreier, who
that is true.
Big scooper guy. I mean,
Absolutely.
He has a good track record,
and he hates you.
he does hate me. This is true. However, he has come out and said that it is a DC game. Okay.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So there is that piece of evidence. I'm not saying you're wrong at all. We'll have to wait.
Yeah,
and see.
I understand that absolutely, but this is just my opinion, obviously.
Yeah.
My opinion is a fact, of course.
Yeah, and I would be down to see Rocksteady's own IP.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down, whatever. But no, in terms of a WB Games Montreal reveal, though, what's your
for WB Games Montreal?
Yep, yep. Knowing that their last game came out in 2013. Okay, continue.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that E3 or nothing. E3 or nothing. That's it. Even if they announce it in June, that's a very weird time to announce a game. Like in the summer, that's not where games mostly are announced. They're either announced in March, or via Game Informer, or in E3.
Yep.
Or in their own press conference. That's a very weird time to announce a game, especially in the summer where not everyone's online all the time. It's a summer vacation. That's what I get the sense of it. Unless they do it at the Game Awards in December. That might be another contender.
Yep. So, I mean, by that point, honestly, December is more or less 2020, right? Like,
true. That's for next year.
So, like, if it's going to be
2019,
exactly. Yeah, it's going to be, it's going to be here in E3. I kind of agree with you.
Mm-hmm. If it's not E3 or June, it's maybe the Game Informer, but it's not going to be in 2019 if it's not within the next few months.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, another thing to consider is that Warner Brothers nowadays, if you look at their game division, they're sticking closely to this very small marketing period. Like, for example, MK11. It was announced 4 months ago, and now it's coming out. That was a very short window to just trying to get the hype of the game going, you know?
Yep.
That might be the strategy if they're going with the new Arkham game, even though they've never done that before. But who knows? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
I think that's a good point. And looking at the track record of game announcements, not just with WB Games Montreal, but more broadly, if it's not announced by E3, our odds are not very good that we're getting an announcement this year.
By the way, is my mic good, or should I increase
it's perfect.
my volume?
No, it's perfect.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with you. I mean, that's what we can really hope for.
Absolutely.
And no, I totally agree, and that's a great point. And all we can do is hope at this point. It's 2 months away, and
I think we spend really too much time just theorizing that it's becoming not good for our health, you know. We're just speculating, we're hoping. I say just let us just live our lives normally, and whenever it's announced, we'll be there, you know.
I feel
That's
that.
it. Because there's also a great point that I really didn't think of when you guys brought it up when you were talking in your videos and your live streams, is that the age group, by the time that this game, if it takes too long, people will grow out of it, you know.
Yep.
It's a really good point that you brought up. I never really thought of it at that point.
No, I mean, it's not that people grow out of Batman per se, but like 13-year-olds they have different interests than 21-year-olds. Some people will grow out of it, and of course some fans will become fans later in life. Instead, like they weren't into it when they were, you know, high schoolers or whatever, but they were big into it in college, let's say. And the thing is, sorry, this fucking annoying alarm is going off because there's a tornado outside. But anyway, the stream must go on. Anyway, the thing is that it really is true that, like, think about 2009. Those fans are 10 years older now that were into Arkham Asylum.
Yeah,
that's a big difference. It's a totally different era of fans now.
Absolutely, and the thing is, some people in this specific age group, are like from 10 to 15 or something, this teenage age group, it's the time where they are growing and starting to develop their own thoughts, but it's also the time where they shift allegiances. You know, they shift their interest starts to change. You know, even someone who might be into video games 5 or 10 years ago, maybe now they just forgot about it, or they don't like the mentality of being in video games.
Yep.
For instance.
Sure. They just
but
don't
also,
play
I
video
think
games
we're
anymore.
missing out the point that maybe this could bring in new fans, you know, the new generation.
Yep, that's true. Thank you so much for calling in, dude. You made some great points. I'm gonna call Irogen.
Absolutely.
And
I'll follow you guys on the stream. It was great talking.
Great talking to you too. I really appreciate it. Have a good one, man.
Take care. Take care. Bye bye.
You guys are all so fucking nice. He is so nice, and I've always known that guy was nice. But shit. All right, Jake, call me. Oh, the announcement is saying all clear. Only Slick would stream in a tornado. I don't give a fuck about no tornado, bitch. Spin a check and get it right back. Spin that shit. Yeah, come on, Jake. Let's go. Let's go, bro. Let's go, Jake. Okay, guys. We're streaming. I know I said this so many times. We're going to stream for 10 to 15 more minutes. Really want Batman to drop. I know when that hotline bling. That can only mean one thing. Oh my god. This stream is about to get flooded when Jake calls here. Everyone loves Jake. Slick and Salvage are best at these speculations. Thanks so much, Christian. Jake is good too. We're good at just making shit up. No, I'm just kidding. Oh. Oh, guys. Oh, he's on. Greg, I'm not leaving you. I'm here till the end. Wake up in a pile of rubble. Jake, it still says you're not on. There we go. Yo.
Hey, what's up?
What up? Were you at work?
Yeah.
How did it go?
It was great.
For
Not
real?
really,
Are
but it
you
was
lying?
fun.
Okay. Okay, so let me give you a recap of the stream, okay? So, we started, and I talked about what I want in the Suicide Squad game. I said that it should be a sequel to Arkham Knight. We should have the Bat family. Now, I said Batgirl. I forgot she's crippled. God damn it. Okay, so she can't be in there. But anyway, we can have Robin and Nightwing. I talked about how in the Suicide Squad movie, it should have been Suicide Squad against the Bat family in the final fight instead of what's her name, Enchantress or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I talked about how they should do that for the game. So instead of just having the Suicide Squad fight a bunch of villains, Amanda Waller should actually be hiring the Suicide Squad to make an organized effort to take out the Bat family. And of course, as a sequel to Arkham Knight, we get insights into what happened in the Batman Arkham universe after Batman Arkham Knight, which we otherwise will never see. And we also get to sideline Batman inadvertently, which I think is a good thing. We can get more focus on Nightwing and Robin, which I think would be really good, and Oracle as well. And we can see how Nightwing is functioning as being the de facto protector of Gotham after... Well, he goes to Bloodhaven, if I remember, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so maybe he can come back. I don't know. There's some things you have to work out. But anyway, point being, I talked about what I want to see in the game. I talked about how I don't want it to be Battle Royale. I talked about some gameplay things that I wanted. And now we've been speculating on when we're getting this announcement and trailer. I mean, I know you've talked about it before, but we've talked about E3 in this stream a good bit.
Uh-huh.
We talked about how, if the game isn't announced by June, we don't really have great odds. And the last caller, he just said E3 or nothing. And I think that's...
Oh, I agree. 100%.
The more that I think about it, is like, honestly, it is like E3 is the only and last chance for 2019. And if they don't announce it by E3, you can't announce a game in like September, I mean...
Yeah, and the thing that concerns me about E3 is that Sony won't be there. And you look at that, and sure, they could announce it at the Microsoft press conference, but that's not nearly as major as the Sony press conference has been. And it's not like Warner Brothers does their own press conference. Sure, they have their own booth, but you don't really announce games at a booth. So I feel like if we don't see something by May, that's going to be a good indicator that we're kind of in trouble.
Yeah. Now, what if can't they just drop the trailer?
Yeah, I think they could. I think that actually that would be, because that would make every single headline. Because you look at May, and there's not like any huge gaming events really, like nothing compared to E3 anyway. And so you get like the internet for the day, and really the month if you drop the trailer in May, because then everyone's talking about Batman, then everyone's going to E3 excited to try the demo for Batman. So I think that would be better than trying to announce it at E3 itself.
Yep. And that's one thing to think about too, is like E3 might be a little bit crowded. There's going to be a lot of other games there that are going to suck up the spotlight.
Yeah, well, and we're also going to be seeing like probably PS5 launch titles, because since it is 2019, we could see, well, not like necessarily for the PS5, but just next gen launch titles. So we could be seeing like the next BioShock game, for example, or a new Splinter Cell game from Ubisoft, or some of those other speculated things. And if we start getting that, a Batman game will kind of get lost in the crowd, I think. Not like, obviously there will still be a lot of attention on it, but not as much as if it's like on its own month.
Yeah. Now, when is the PS5 coming out? Do you know?
I believe 2020. I know Scorpio is, from what I've heard, the Xbox, but I'm not 100% positive. I think it's 2020 though.
Like late 2020? You said you don't know.
Yeah.
Probably
holiday season.
Holiday 2020. So, I mean, we know as a matter of fact that WB Montreal's first game has to come out by then, because literally they've made this game from the ground up on the PS4 and Xbox One. Mm-hmm. So they have to release the game by then. So, I mean, 2020, Batman Arkham 2020, at least we have that as a guarantee. But then there's the question of, like, when do we get the announcement? And I think that, here's the thing, is that the MK announcement to release window was 4 months. Yeah. I just don't, and that game is not doing that. Like, I don't think the marketing is going very well for that game.
No, there's not a lot of hype behind it.
No, and I just don't understand the emphasis to have such a short turnaround. I think in this case, even if the game isn't ready to come out in 2019, they really, really need to drop it at E3.
I agree for sure. And you look at like Arkham Knight, that was the most hyped Arkham game, not only because it was the conclusion to the game, or to Rocksteady's trilogy, but also because it did get delayed. We were waiting over a year for it. Yep. So there was a ton of time for a lot of people to hear about it. The community grew and was huge. There was speculation everywhere. Whereas like with Arkham Origins, there wasn't nearly that amount of time span. So I think that could have been partially why the game didn't perform as well as it did.
Even Arkham City didn't have a lot of hype for it.
Yeah.
It's important to remember that Arkham City, we look retrospectively and acknowledge, like, wow, this is a phenomenal game. But it wasn't, like, hype off the charts or anything. Like, Arkham Asylum was a runaway hit, and people were looking forward to the next one. And, like you said, I mean, like, those long windows, they're good. For Spider-Man PS4, the hype was sky high. Look at Red Dead Redemption, Grand Theft Auto. All these games, they have, like literally years and years and years. Remember that one game? I can't remember what it's called. You play as like this little dog pony thing, and it's like this little boy or a little girl. You know which one I'm talking about? It came out.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah. And it was literally like a 10-year announcement window. The game was so hyped up. It came out, and it's like a weird puzzle game that kind of sucks. But the point is like the wait was so long that people were just so excited for it. And in a way, I would argue that it's kind of been that way because we all have kind of known that they're making a Batman game.
Yeah.
It's just like an even worse situation because we don't have anything official, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, so to go, remember your Suicide Squad thing where you think that they should go off against the Bat Family in a sequel to Night?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I heard a rumor, and I'm sorry, this is kind of a segue, and it's kind of, I don't necessarily believe this rumor, but there's a rumor that I've heard that apparently Scott Snyder told one of the fans or something that it's at the new WB Games Montreal game will actually not be a Batman game, but like it will be a Batman spin-off with the Bat Family where they fight the Court of Owls and they're looking for Bruce Wayne. And I thought that was interesting. I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's going to be the case because obviously a Batman game would sell much better than that. But I've heard that from like 2 different places now, so I thought that was kind of an interesting like.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, no way. It's okay, so first of all, who said this? Just a random fan that talked to Scott Snyder?
Yeah, so that was the first one, and then in one of the leaks, I'm trying to remember where else I saw. I know that I saw it somewhere else, and that's when I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send them over to you if I see them. I can't remember off the top of my head where I saw the second one.
Just send them after the stream.
But yeah, for sure.
Okay, so that is a very interesting idea. Because think about it too, is like they haven't really teased Batman extensively. And then it kind of makes sense because we've had some industry insiders say that they're not sure they're making a Batman game. And what if it's not a Batman game? It's so this would be a sequel to Arkham Knight, correct?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
A sequel to Arkham Knight. You have the Bat Family like Robin and Nightwing and all that.
Yeah.
Sort of looking for Bruce Wayne and also dealing with the Court of Owls. I'm down for it. I'm down for it.
Yeah, and the only reason that I see any possible validity in it is because there's still a focus on Bruce Wayne, and they can still use that as a selling point. And, you know, maybe they'll even do the thing in the comics where Dick Grayson puts on the suit for a little bit, and so they can still market it as like a full Batman game. I thought that sounded like it's interesting because the Suicide Squad rumor and that rumor both sound slightly more interesting and realistic to me than a lot of the other ones I hear. So,
like what?
Even I don't know. It's kind of weird because like the whole like Green Lantern idea for Rocksteady, I'm not necessarily that invested in it, and it just seems like too big of a game for them to do. And with Warner Brothers Games Montreal, like anytime someone thinks that they're gonna do like a Red Hood game or something, there's no way that Warner Brothers would, you know, put that much money into a game that's not gonna sell as well as like another Batman game, for example.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am fucking mind blown right now. I think it is such a good idea. I didn't even think about this, but it kind of makes sense because like their teases have been entirely on the Court of Owls, but there's been nothing about Batman. And on one hand, that's not like totally indicative of the fact that it's not a Batman game because they're not going to cut like if they tease Batman, obviously we know it's a Batman game. But think about some other things we've like Jason Schreier hasn't come out and said it's a Batman game. Other industry insiders have said they are not aware of a pure, legit Batman game being made. And it makes sense after it's a continuation to Arkham Knight. It's a way to continue the Arkham legacy without stepping on the toes of what Arkham Knight did. And it's kind of what I had in mind for the Suicide Squad game. A little bit, like in the way that it follows up Arkham Knight.
Actually, what if they did that? What if they did like a Bat Family game? Because Warner Brothers Games Montreal has also like been looking for multiplayer elements. So what if they do a Bat Family game, then a Suicide Squad game, and then they did like a team up thing where they were against each other?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty
why not?
Dope.
It would be. And the thing with the Court of Owls is like it makes a great deal of sense to include them in a Batman video game because they've never been done before. It's like the last really big DC villain they haven't done yet. Or excuse me, Batman villain. But at the same point, it's like, you know, is it going to be a prequel? And the thing is like, I think a lot of people in entertainment more broadly have prequelitis. People are kind of annoyed at them. Think about Solo, the Star Wars story. Like, what did I see online before people went to go watch the movie? Like, I don't even have any need to do this because I know what happens. Like, I know what happens with Solo. I know what happens with Chewie. It's just kind of like superfluous. And I think a lot of people view prequels that way. And I think about the hype for Arkham Origins compared to Arkham Knight. On one hand,
For real.
On one hand, you have Arkham Origins where we know what's going to happen. We know which villains will and will not die because we've seen Asylum and City. We know like a great deal of things. Like we know which characters they have to introduce and which ones they're not going to introduce. And of course, there's some surprises. Like, there's plot twists in the game. I'm not saying you can't surprise people, but compare that to Arkham City, where you just kill the Joker. Like Arkham Origins couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Look at Arkham Knight, where you basically like kill the Batman, not Bruce Wayne, but the myth of the Batman, right? Like things like that. They can't do that in a prequel. You just can't do that. So then the question is, as much as I know people want to say that we want to build their own trilogy. That's all fine and well, but do they really want to build a prequel trilogy where they're just in the shadows of Rocksteady? Is that really their end game? If it is, that's totally fine. I would play those games and love the shit out of them. But I think that they have some stronger desires, right?
And I like as a fan, I can look at that and say like I absolutely would want 2 more Origins games, but I can like as someone who's worked with like game development myself, I can totally understand why you kind of want to build your own path and not just like have to fall in line and be constrained by things that another studio has done.
Yeah, exactly. Also, guys, just another quick reminder. I know I've already said it a couple times, but if you want to become a member and get exclusive emojis and chat, badges and all that kind of shit, you can check that out in the description below. And also, donations really help. You can do Super Chat or the link in the description below to Streamlabs donations. Either one will show up on the screen with your message. Please don't put anything vulgar if you do decide to donate. But thank you guys for that either way. But going back to what we were talking about. So I just don't know if that's what they really want to do, is like an Origins trilogy. And I think for a lot of fans, I don't know if that interests them. Like, it interests all of us watching because we love the Batman Arkham games. But for, like, the average viewer, there is something riveting about not knowing where the next chapter of the story goes. And following Arkham Knight, you have that liberty of not knowing where the story goes.
Yeah, and that's not to say that, like, I think prequels work, but when you do them a different way, if that makes sense. Like,
explain.
So you can't do, like you said, like an origin sequel and kill off the Joker just because he's there in Asylum and City. But with that being said, you could introduce the Court of Owls and like a Nemesis type system and introduce a story with the Bat family where we don't really know all the beats of the Bat family. We don't know kind of what happened between Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon or Tim Drake and Barbara Gordon. So they could still bring up some interesting story beats that we're not really aware of. And also they could build up things better in the later Arkham games, kind of like how with the Star Wars prequels, even though these may be a bad example because everyone hates them, but like, that in the episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, there were a lot of really interesting setups for the 4th Star Wars film. And I found it really interesting personally because it's a different type of story. It's more about setting up and adding depth to what already exists. So I think it still works, but at the same time, I understand why a studio would want to not participate in that.
Yeah. So, but this complicates things. Let's assume that game conceptualization is accurate. Then Rocksteady, it will be much more difficult for them to do a sequel game to Arkham Knight where they have the Suicide Squad, because then you basically have the Bat family in that game too fighting the Suicide Squad, and then you also have all these villains, but W Games Montreal is writing their own path of what all the villains are doing and what like Harley Quinn did after Arkham Knight, and they each have their own idea of what that is, and then they're going to fight and have different story ideas. So my point being is that like both games can't be that way. And one of the biggest plot twists that could ever happen is if Rocksteady's game is a prequel and it follows, basically it's a follow-up to Arkham Origins. You have the Suicide Squad after that Arkham Origins end credit scene.
Yeah,
and
that'd be
Arkham
crazy.
Knight did a prequel Rocksteady did a prequel, and then W Games Montreal did a sequel. That would be the biggest plot twist of
that would be
2019.
insane.
And I don't know, it doesn't seem that unreasonable to me, but I just think that WB Games Montreal, I think that they deserve a chance at crafting their own narrative in this universe. Not to say they didn't do that with WB Games Montreal, with Batman Arkham Origins, but I think that I would love to see what they think as the follow-up to Arkham Origins, to Arkham Knight, because the fact of it is, as much as we want to say, the ending for Arkham Knight, not really that impressive. It doesn't really satiate our feelings for the universe, and my big problem is that we didn't get that type of closure that we really wanted. We didn't get it didn't really loop into Asylum and City that well. I guess it did with the Joker story arc. I don't know. I think that there's so many loose ends and characters, and
over time, I've gotten to the point where I prefer Origins over Knight to some degree, not through gameplay or anything, but from a story perspective.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I find interesting, is that I think that there's a lot, like for me personally, if I were working at Warner Brothers Games Montreal and I was in charge of story development, I would be trying to move with an Origin sequel, just because the years that we haven't seen yet, I actually find the most interesting. So I think it's odd, if I'm being 100% honest, that like when they were writing Arkham City, for example, I think it's interesting that they already had like Batman at the age he was and all the villains established at the rate they were. Like they had everything all set up already. So those years between Origins and Asylum, where Harvey Dent is becoming Two-Face and all these villains are getting their origin stories, I think, and like the Bat family is going through all their drama, I think that would be the most interesting time frame in which to set a game. And if we have like all of Gotham to explore, and I personally wouldn't mind bringing back the Joker to maybe a smaller role to some degree, but like I think it would work really well as a game. But I can understand the appeal of moving after Arkham Knight as well. I just think Arkham Knight's story, you'd have to not talk about like the Joker blood ever again, and
fuck no, that's so
certain
stupid.
things. There's certain things you just cannot bring back up.
Yeah. Thank you so much to John Donuts for 2 back-to-back £5 donations. I really appreciate it. He says, personally, I want DC to expand to other characters like Wonder Woman, Teen Titans, The Terrifics. DC fans, and his second donation, he says, DC fans only focus on the big 3. DC needs to expand to get other B to C-list characters with other good games to make them more mainstream. John, I agree with the sort of broad statement of what you're saying, but I will contest you a little bit, because think about this. What DC has done is they've brought their B-list characters to the forefront, and the way that they've done that is through A-lister video games. So think about Batman, right? The way that you get B-list characters like Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl into the forefront is by having them be secondary characters. What you can't do is you can't just drop a Terrifics game and then expect fans to fall in love. No, what you need to do is you need to have a game, a Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman game, one of the big 3 that's going to sell, and then introduce these secondary B-list, maybe even C-list characters, and then build up a fan appeal for them. This is exactly what happened with Nightwing, Batgirl, and Robin, in my personal opinion. I don't have any evidence to suggest this, but I know that they're much more mainstream and popular characters now since the Arkham games than before, and the animated series had its own huge following and stuff like that. But really, those pieces of work, those Arkham games, did a lot for them. And to think about it, they really aren't even in any of the games. Like Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl, they're in the games a little bit, and Arkham Knight more so than the other ones.
Yeah.
But in City, not really. You hear Oracle over the mic, you see Tim and Nightwing for a hot second, but not really. So my point being is that even just minimally teasing them, and I think that the worst thing you could do for the character is just like drop this this game from a C-list or B-list character and then expect that it's going to do super well. But I do agree with what you're saying. I would eat up a Batgirl game,
Yeah, and I'll even bring it back a little bit further than what you're saying, which is like I don't think DC will ever make a Terrifics game or a Batgirl game or a Nightwing game. And the reason is Batman will always sell better. Like Batman will always sell better than those. The Flash will always sell better than those. Superman always will. And DC, isn't really, I don't think, that concerned about the individual fans. Like everyone watching this stream right now, they're not like, ooh, how can we please our fans the best? They're looking at the mainstream audience and what game can we make that will appeal to the most people so that we can get the most money and profit from the game. So I think our best bets are Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Aquaman, probably because of his, amount that he made at the box office. But like, after Shazam's box office, I don't think we'll ever see a standalone Shazam game.
Right. How has the box office been for that, by the way?
It's like Ant-Man level. Like, it's not terrible, but it wasn't a big moneymaker.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, like, they're still making profit because the movie didn't cost a lot to make, but...
Yeah. And, no, I think that what John is touching on, those are good points. And
yes.
We would like to see those types of things, but we do have to keep in mind that it's going to take a little bit to get there. And let's read some of the other comments. Legit Circle, The Flash would be the coolest thing ever, Flash game.
I think it would.
The problem is that B-list characters, according to Game Person, would not sell as well as a Batman game. They need to make money. Yeah, these games are very, very, very expensive. And then the question is, like, do we want a shitty, like, Marvel Ultimate Alliance? Sorry, that's mean to Marvel Ultimate Alliance. But, like, think about the quality of the Arkham games. You can't drop hundreds of millions of dollars on a Terrifics game or a Batgirl game. So you're going to have to be sacrificing something there. So you're either sacrificing the quality of the game or you're sacrificing the mainstream appeal of the game.
I agree. And also, even for these bigger characters like Superman and The Flash, and I see everyone saying, well, they'd sell well too. They would, but the thing that would make them sell better is if they're established with the Arkhamverse, because that's what people know. So I think, like, now that I'm thinking about it, Suicide Squad would actually be a genius way to introduce, more characters, because then you get villains who aren't all like Batman villains. You could introduce certain villains from Star City or Metropolis and, start building a universe rooted in Batman's. And then you carry the Arkham name over, so you can build from what you already have. So I don't know. I think that would be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what else was said in the chat. Shazam is good. I want a green arrow. Oh, wow. We have a lot of stuff in the chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Kai Guy. They will do it like Suicide Squad. They will make them popular with the movie. No, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, think about Suicide Squad and how Harley Quinn is now a huge character. Harley Quinn, by the way, like the most stereotypical or sort of poster child example of a B-list character, right? Totally B-list, not in the mainstream at all. Popular, but... not like the Joker, and now she's A-list, super A-list, one of DC's most popular characters. This is exactly what
maybe even more so than the Joker.
Maybe
like when you think about it.
Maybe so. I think that DC needs to fix their reputation in the eyes of the general public via their movie division. Once that's polished, we can expect things like a Flash game or a Supes game. Sure, that's true. Like once you get a $1 billion Superman game, we can maybe get a Superman game. I don't think that there's any doubt a Superman game would perform really well, though. I mean, I think we all know that it would.
Same.
But,
And I think they already are fixing up their movie division, to be honest. Like, the last... Like, Wonder Woman was heavily praised. Aquaman did well. Like, I mean, it made $1 billion bucks. And then Shazam isn't selling great, but people are loving it. Like, it's a well-loved movie.
Yeah, it has great reviews. And the thing is like, even the Marvel movies don't make $1 billion every time,
Yeah.
So it's really quite normal for that to happen. Golden Lion says, Slickmuff, is there going to be a multiplayer in the Arkham universe in the next Court of Owls? I mean, if it's made by WB Games Montreal, we can probably guess that there will be. Just because you already have those mechanics, you can build upon it. Multiplayer in Origins was pretty successful, I guess.
Yeah.
If they built upon those mechanics, it would be really cool.
I agree.
I really want to play with the Gotham Knights on stream. I want to play.
Yeah, let's do it.
I want to play Origins multiplayer.
Yeah.
So the question is it still active?
I believe it is through Xbox One. So if you play the game on Xbox One, you don't even need the multiplayer disc. It just loads it automatically. I believe it's still active. I'm not 100% sure, though.
Okay. I just tweeted about announcements at E3. Golden Lion loved Origins. I definitely understand that. It's better to introduce them through bigger characters. They do have to make some more money. Yeah, definitely, John.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the donations, by the way. I really appreciate it. I miss Origins multiplayer.
And that's not to say that like those smaller characters can't be in the games. It's just I don't think we'll ever even see a Green Arrow game, just because like he's not, I don't think, mainstream enough. If he ever got to the point, like if they make a Green Arrow movie that makes $1 billion, then yeah, I think it's definitely a possibility. But as of right now, I don't think so.
Exactly. And the marketing is all about who you put on the box.
Yep.
It's not even about who's the most interesting or best character or whatever. Like, you could have all these characters, but it's all about, the marketing is all about who's in the trailers, who's on the box, whose name is in the game. And you can really make whatever game you want. And see, here's the thing, is like, let's say they're doing this Bat Family game. I bet it's going to be like, they have to introduce Batman somehow. It's going to be, Batman is going to be in the title, I feel like. It's going to be like searching for Batman or like some bullshit like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the whole game is going to be the Bat Family are looking for Batman, and that's how it's packaged, as like it's acceptable that Batman is not here because we're looking for him the whole game.
Yeah.
And then you're basically retconning Arkham Knight, but I guess if Rocksteady is okay with it, whatever.
Yeah. I don't think they cared that much about the story. I think they were more focused on the Batmobile. They were just done making Arkham games, so they tried to kill him off. They're like,
why is Slickmoth so handsome? Thank you. Have you? John says, have you heard any news on the possible second WB Montreal game? No, I haven't heard anything.
No
clue.
We don't even know 100% what they're making for the first one, so
exactly,
it's way too early to talk about the second one.
And what I don't really understand, not to roast WB Montreal, but why aren't they focused on getting this first one out?
Oh, I agree.
Why are they already starting on a second one?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe there's like too many cooks in the kitchen, so to speak, having 400 people work on one game.
Yeah, I guess it could be more about like you get some of the more pre-production based people working on the second project while some of the post-production people are finishing up the first game. But the only realistic way that I see that being good is if we get a game this year. That's the thing. Like, I'd understand if they were like just cleaning up bugs in this first project and then like, okay, we're going to move most people to the other one and we'll have a skeleton crew, like clean up the bugs in this first game that we're doing. But what I wouldn't understand is if both games are years out still.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I wouldn't even understand it if this game doesn't come out in 2019.
Yeah.
Like, if this game's not coming out in 2019, why are you working and hiring for the second game? And it seems to me that they're like always hiring.
Yeah.
They like always just are like needing more people with different roles, and I guess that's kind of game development. I don't know, but it seems just a little bit weird that I don't know. It's just like they don't really have an emphasis on like actually releasing games.
Yeah.
It seems weird, but it's like you're a game studio and they like make a lot of stuff, but it's just like where's the final product?
Yeah.
Why are they already working on this second one? To me, that's a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. 1199, we don't have any PayPal or MasterCard thing in my country. Can I donate to you with a gift card or something? No, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it. If you don't have like a debit card, then no worries at all. I really appreciate everyone just being in here. I rumors that the second DC game from W Montreal is AAA Wonder Woman. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of rumors for a lot of things. Like,
yeah, I'm not like, I'm done putting any stake whatsoever in leaks and rumors.
Yeah.
Like that, like maybe 2 years ago, if that like leaked email for the marketing for the Suicide Squad game had come out, maybe I would have been like, maybe there just were a lot of typos in it. But now, like, after we've gotten so many leaks, like we had Arkham Crisis, Arkham Insurgency, which I saw another article for, by the way, today. Someone still thinks that's happening and put it on some. Oh my
god.
Yeah. It's like, after all that, I'm just done even humoring the possibility that those are real.
I'm done humoring the 13-year-old that typed that.
Yeah.
And is starting like a whole fucking worldwide movement of like hype,
We should like start up some fake Reddit account and go and like say that we have tons of inside details on some super anticipated game and see how many like if IGN picks it up and
absolutely. 10 leaked Arkham Insurgency details you need to know.
Yep.
Batman Arkham Insurgency, everything we know so far from What Culture. Batman Arkham Insurgency from Mike. I mean, these are like so-called reputable Batman Arkham Insurgency release not happening, says Conroy. But it's just like everything short of IGN like picks this shit up. Let's see, what was the other one called? Arkham Crisis?
Yeah.
Batman Arkham Crisis.
And who would like think that sounds like a legit like title for the game?
Like what?
Batman Arkham Crisis. Like Insurgency, maybe, but no.
2 months ago, rumor, Batman Arkham Crisis planned for 2019. A source claiming to be an unnamed internal tester breaking NDA says a new Batman Arkham prequel game is in development and planned for release. So this is from Game Rant. Like, people actually look at this. Batman Arkham Crisis leak sounds too good to be true.
Because it is.
Yeah. Batman Arkham Crisis rumored to be in development. Arkham Crisis. Ooh, Rocksteady's next game. Okay, this comicbookmovie.com is such a joke, and like comicbook.com and all those, they will publish anything. Games Radar. Holy fish sticks, Batman. New rumor suggests Rocksteady's working on a Justice League game. Anyway, I don't know. See, but the thing is like, I could be wrong, but I think normally when those Reddit leaks come out, I don't talk about them. But unfortunately, so many other people do. And then everyone pesters me to talk about them, and then I have to make a video about it.
Yeah.
And then people are like, why are you making a video about leaks? And it's like, because I literally just got like 200 Twitter notifications of everybody freaking out, so I have to address it.
Yeah, that just comes with like what we do though, because like on my Suicide Squad video, I literally spend like the first minute of the video explaining like, don't believe this necessarily. This is just like an idea that I'm finding interesting. I'm not even talking about it because of the leak. I'm just talking about if I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
And the first comment I get is like, here we go again. We're talking about leaks.
Another
and I'm like,
leak.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I would love to be talking about official information, but
yeah,
there's nothing to fucking talk about. And like, I built my channel around this shit, so I'm going to keep talking about it, even if we don't have anything official.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I enjoy talking about. But yeah, it's like we don't have anything whatsoever. The Hush movie was supposed to release a few days ago, and Warner Brothers didn't even, like, say... that was the funniest thing ever. They didn't even say, like, what happened. They just didn't release it and, like, stayed completely quiet. But, like, we don't have anything. We don't even have Batman the Telltale series anymore. It's like...
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yep.
And, I mean, I would make videos for Batman the Telltale series. No one really watched. Nobody cared. That sounds mean, but...
Yeah, no one was that interested. Like, Season 2, did you ever even finish Season 2?
Hell no.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you?
Yes, but I thought like, by the time I was done, I had convinced myself that I actually hated Batman. And it took, like, I had to go back and replay Arkham City and watch The Dark Knight to be like, okay, I still like the character. It was just a really bad game. Like...
Really? Okay.
Yeah, by the end, though, I was so bored. I was so bored and so annoyed with a lot of the characters and like the way that they did stuff that I was like, do I even like Batman, or is this just a bad game? And fortunately, it was just a bad game.
No, fortunately.
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah. No, okay, so what happens at the end? Tell me.
Okay, so yeah, for everyone in the chat, I'm about to spoil it, but you don't have to bother playing it. It's not that good. So basically what happens is throughout the season, Joker has like this massive crush on Harley Quinn, who's already like the established clown character in Gotham for some reason. Like, she's already super established and Joker isn't. So it's like a reverse.
Pause.
It's like, yeah.
This is the problem with Telltale, is like, they have a very strong agenda.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into specifics or make any politicized comment. I will just say that there are certain ideological goals that they planned on accomplishing. And unfortunately, like, applying this to the Batman universe to a bunch of fans that are like, love the faithful canon.
Well, let me just say this. Thomas Wayne is a rich white man. Well, he must have stolen it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, no, he can't be rich and really charitable and do a ton for Gotham and like help everybody and be this great person that is wealthy but also is like charitable. No, he has to be like a thief that like robbed a bunch. You know, it's just like, come on, really?
Yeah.
But anyway, continue.
Yeah, so then what happens is Amanda Waller reveals to Bruce Wayne that she knows who he is. And so he's kind of blackmailed into working for her. So he goes undercover and joins Harley's gang. And so he's working with Bane, Mr. Freeze, and Joker and Harley, which seems like the weirdest like grouping, by the way, might I add. Like why is Mr. Freeze there? And so
he's a lone wolf. Like, that's...
Yeah, that's... Well, and like with Season 1, say what you will, there were boring bits, but like at least I was interested in Two-Face and Penguin. Like they had interesting things to do with those characters. But like with with season 2, every character they just made more brutal and called it good. It was like Harley smashing people's heads in with her bat and stuff, and so they're like, yes, she's just more brutal. But her character, like, it's no different than any other mainstream thing, and you're barely seeing Batman because you're undercover as Bruce Wayne pretending to be like this criminal. And so at the end, eventually, I'm trying to remember. It's like so confusing because like you go like 3 episodes without even seeing Commissioner Gordon.
What?
But yeah, so she like Amanda Waller like fires Commissioner Gordon and says that she's the new commissioner, which again, that doesn't work like in the real world. And so it was just super unrealistic. And then Joker tries to get dating advice from Bruce and like all this stuff because he's into Harley. And so then finally Joker goes completely, bonkers near the end. But then you have, this was the one thing that I thought was kind of interesting. There were episode 5 was like 2 different options. So either it ended with Joker trusting Bruce and wanting to become like a vigilante like Batman, basically. Or he just becomes a straight up like the basically the classic Joker that we all know. So like episode 5 is super, like all the action happens within like the first 3 chapters, and then the last 3 are just spent like tying up loose ends because they didn't talk about them at all in the season. So like in episode 1 they like do this whole thing with Tiffany Fox, and then
yeah.
And like stuff with Commissioner Gordon. So like literally the last like 2 hours of the game is you like walking around to Tiffany Fox like, oh yeah, it's okay. So you're just like walking around talking to people, like no action. It's just all exposition. I think Mr. Freeze like gets like, they all do like a Suicide Squad thing for about 5 seconds, and then you and Catwoman beat them all like immediately. And then so the end of the thing is you lock up Joker, because either way he goes bonkers. Like even if he's working with you for a little bit, he finally goes insane and like takes one of his Joker batarang knockoffs and stabs it into a guy's chin. Wow. Like it was brutal. I liked that part, but at the very end, Alfred is like packed up. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna head out because I don't want you to be Batman anymore. And so you have to choose to either, he's like, yeah, so you either have to not be Batman or and I'll stay, or continue being Batman and I'll leave. And then like the bat signal shines in the background, so you have to either choose to go like chase that or let Alfred stay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, and what did you pick?
I don't even remember. Honestly, that was the thing. Like I just told you all the interesting stuff, but like there's all these subplots where it's like Harley is trying to find this like chemical. Like I can't even remember it clearly. I just remember she's like trying to find some kind of chemical, and so she's working with like Bane and Mr. Freeze, and they're all looking for it, and then they start to think that Bruce is like maybe not, really working for them, so they have him like do different stuff, like he has to beat someone up, and like they just do all this random stuff for no reason whatsoever, and it's so long. Like they have to go find Riddler's body, and then they have to go check out his hideout. Like there's just so much filler. I was so bored and so annoyed with the characters that I sincerely hated like episodes 2 through 4.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's all when you're being an undercover agent for the Suicide Squad shit.
Yeah, which should have been cool.
It should have been cool.
That should have been a really great thing. And then at the end I was like, because I like all those characters that they chose. Like I like Harley and Mr. Freeze, but I found myself like I'd almost rather they'd have gone with like Clayface and Poison Ivy, and not, I don't know if it would have been any better. It's just I was so burned out of these characters because they misused them so badly.
Yeah. And they also used all the characters that were made very I won't say they were made popular by the Arkham games, but they were like, they're just kind of retreading water that's already been done in Batman video games. And if they did some different villains, like if they did a Clayface better, like different than what Arkham City did, that would have been cool.
Yeah, and well, it's like I think I made a video. I took it down because no one watched it. But there was like, I was talking about how it would have been interesting, and part of this was I actually got something from Telltale. It was like a poll, and they were like trying to see where they wanted season 2 to go. So I like, I remember like even selecting Riddler as a villain I wanted to see, and they gave it out to a lot of people, I think, but like every story they had listed on there was more interesting than the one that they actually did. Like they had one where Bruce Wayne was going to run for mayor, and then there was going to be something where the Joker tried to foil him. And I'm like, that would have been interesting to see.
Yeah.
But what they did was just so uninteresting. And one thing I was saying was that if they'd have had a villain either with like with some kind of super confusing motive. So either Clayface or another one I suggested is Poison Ivy because she can do mind control. But what I think would be interesting is that you could really have a hard time trusting people. And it's like, who do I divulge different information to? Because like if Alfred is just Clayface in disguise, how much are you really going to tell him about, you know, a mission? And then how much information is he going to have? And I think that with the style of game that Telltale is, it should have been more that than trying to make it like this action-heavy thing.
Oh, okay. No, that makes a lot of sense. Like, yeah, you have the... That's very interesting. It's like the, you don't know... You start to question reality, like who you're talking to, because all these characters, you know, Clayface can impersonate somebody else, and Poison Ivy, you can't... maybe like you can't have certain conversations because she'll be able to read your mind, or like,
yeah,
I don't know, like there's, yeah, I agree, there's a lot of interesting stuff they could have done there. Also, I liked the first episode, but it was just like they introduced the Riddler and then you beat him and then
he
gone.
dies.
Yeah, he dies from Amanda Waller, right?
Yeah.
And then we get into the Suicide Squad stuff, and it's not like Batman is fighting the Suicide Squad, it's like Bruce Wayne is like chatting with them. And
yeah.
And it is a little bit more on brand for Telltale. Like, I'm not saying I wanted a big action game, but
yeah.
No, I see what you're saying, and that's the thing too, is like everything, they kind of tried to change the dynamics of everything. Like they tried to change, you know, Bruce Wayne's heritage. They tried to change the stuff with Joker and Harley Quinn, and they tried to make Joker a hero sometimes, and they tried to, you know, make Tiffany Fox be like Barbara Gordon instead of, you know, Jim Gordon's daughter, and like they basically just changed everything for the sake of changing it. And that's kind of something I noticed in season 1 and season 2, is that they wanted to be different so much that they just change everything, but those changes are only unique if there's only like a couple of them. If you change the whole thing, it's just like it's not even Batman. It's just not even Batman lore. It's just everything is just different. No, but that's interesting though. Thank you for running down the history of it and everything, or you know, the story of it. So now we don't have to play it. Woo! I'm just kidding. You know, maybe I would play it on stream.
You know what? We should get Salvage, because I don't think he liked it either. But yeah, you should get me and Salvage, and I don't know if anyone else would want to, but like, yeah, I think it'd be interesting if we all got on and I don't know, maybe we could find a way to crowd play. I don't know if they'd let us do that from like the amount of distance we all are.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting if we could even just talk about it while you're playing through it.
Yep. No,
kind of tear it apart.
Yeah, that would be cool. I would be down to play season 2 from episode 1. Also, what else was I going to say? Shit, I can't remember. Something about that. It'll come to me in just a second. No, but I would be down to play through it and just kind of to roast it and make decisions. Also, I know on Twitch there's a mechanic for like a crowd play type mechanic, and there's like polls you can do on OBS. So we could even like crowdsource it, and everyone can make choices and stuff. Yeah. Shit, I can't remember what I was going to say. It was an interesting thought. Oh well, whatever. How long have I been streaming for?
A while.
2.5 hours.
I was at work, and I was like watching. I'm like, dang, I'm going to miss it. But I did not.
You are here.
Yep.
Oh, shit. All right, well, I'm going to sign off. I think I'm going to head off. But, Jake, thanks for joining me. Everyone for calling. The Skype thing was really cool. Thanks, everybody, for calling. Thanks for the donation recap. Nicholas, sorry. Little Davin donated $5.49 Canadian dollars. John donated £10. Also, Tuesday, I'm going to be doing an Avengers Infinity War predictions video with a in real life friend. And,